the So when you're back on, be sure to let me know. I gotta get all this reset now. Let me leave my chat up. I'll do it on my other phone. Man, I had a complete communication failure there. Let me try to cancel all this stuff, and that was horrible. All right, David Johnson's back. Let me go to the group. Let me go to the group and delete where I shared it. And I'm actually going to go ahead and delete the other post too, the other feed for tonight, because people will be clicking on that. They send out notifications late, so like throughout the night, actually, people get notifications that we're live. You know, like you should get it as soon as we do go live. That actually don't happen. They actually send it out throughout the night. So I got to edit this and say this post is ended. I won't delete it in case we need to go back and check on something, but I need everybody to re-like the post and do all that again. This feed has ended. A new one has started. I wish I could edit it that easy on YouTube, but they don't make it that easy. Okay, that was a complete failure. So I had a complete communications breakdown there. So please go ahead and like it. We had, we had 45 likes on the other one. We've already got 23, 24 on this one. So keep liking this one. I definitely will need your help now to keep liking this one. Now I need to share it back into the group, and then I've got to redo Instagram there. So please like this post. I'll definitely need some help now doing liking this one. Let me save my battery on there. But yeah, we had a total communicate. My phone died. My comment feed crashed. It was all just disastrous there. So let me delete this off of my story because it's already had a bunch of views, and let me put up the new stream, which I hope I can find pretty quickly. Hopefully I've got another email already. There's restart. There we go. All right. That happens every once in a while. We just get kicked off the Facebook stream. Copy link. Let me close this out and get it over there to our story. All right. Must have been new. It may have been. I doubt it though. We just get a notification for something like that. Yeah, we got to keep her covered up. She's greatly exposed there. All right. Get this last thing, the link to our story one more time. Valuable time ticking. There we go. All right. Now, let's get back to the chat. Now, here's what I need to do. Chat. Okay, so did anybody claim any? Did you see any claims out of these, Tanner? Interpol, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles? I don't think so either. I don't know. Okay. So we was at, please bid if you were bidding. Now I can see the feed. Please bid if you were bidding. We have, I think, Chip Hall got Rush, or Chip Hall was in on Rush, I think, at 100, right, Tanner? Or actually, I think he just bid that.
Yeah, Chip Hall at 100, Edwin Blom.
Chip Hall 100, Edwin Blom 52. James Ludwig wants Led Zeppelin, Holly Safe wants the Beatles. We're right back at it. If you haven't already, please make sure you like the post. The last record I showed was Interpol Marauder. Interpol is $21.99. Foo Fighters, St. Cecilia, $17.99 for Foo Fighters, St. Cecilia. Blackberry Smoke, Find a Light, $59.99 on Blackberry Smoke. And this is on metallic colored vinyl. That is Find a Light. Metallic sea glass colored vinyl, $59.99. Travis Wade on Interpol, Holly Safe on Foo Fighters. Those are all sold. We have Rush and Queens of the Stone Age now on final calls, but I've got to make sure those bids pop up again. We have Mr. Bungle, The Night They Came Home. Mr. Bungle, that's on white vinyl, $24.99 on Mr. Bungle. Also, this is Kings of Leon, $22.99. Walls, Kings of Leon Walls, $22.99. Kings of Leon. Weezer, Pinkerton. I've got new copies of this, but here's a 2006 remaster, a 2016 remaster, used copy, $29.99 for Weezer, Pinkerton, and Analog Spark, $29.99. This is actually the label, Analog Spark. The artist is Blind Melon Nico. Blind Melon Nico. That is $29.99. So Calvin Ward, Chip Hall. Chip Hall, if you can hear me, please bid 100 again on Rush. Chip Hall, please bid 100 again on Rush. And we're going to wait for Edwin Blom to get on and make sure he's still in at 52 on Queens of the Stone Age. If you haven't already, please make sure you've liked the post. I definitely need some help now since we had to restart to get everybody back on. Make sure you've tagged friends. Make sure you've shared it. Definitely need some help with that tonight. So first on Kings of Leon was Holly Safe. James Rayner, you were second. Eric Fisher gets the Blind Melon. Calvin's out on Rush, and now we have both bids now on my screen. Edwin Blom's at 52 on Queens of Stone Age, and Rush is at 100 with Chip Hall. Continuing, Pink Floyd live at the BBC 1967. That's on pink vinyl. It's recorded in mono. $29.99. $29.99. Both feeds are back up. Finally, this is Led Zeppelin 2, the deluxe version. Led Zeppelin 2, the deluxe version, $29.99. And Solistic Pillow, Jefferson Airplane, that's a remaster, $24.99 for Solistic Pillow. Holly Safe first on the Pink Floyd at the BBC. Arm Lazelle was second. And now we have a final call. The Queens of Stone Age, self-titled. Queens of Stone Age, self-titled. That's an unofficial pressing. That is at $52 of Edwin Blom, and that's a final call. And then Rush, Vintage Bootleg, St. Louis 1980. Haven't had a Rush bootleg yet. 1980. That was pressed in Canada in 1986. That is now with Tom Sullivan at 101. Chip Hall, you're out. Calvin Ward says he's out for good. So that's between Chip Hall and Tom Sullivan. Brent Robley first on the Led Zeppelin, and Debbie Winstead, you were third on Pink Floyd. Continuing, the Yes album. This is a 2013 reissue remaster. The Yes album, $24.99. I've seen All Good People. Starship Troopers on there. That's all you need to know. Starship Trooper. This is Bandox exclusive color pressing. The artist is Alt J, $29.99. That's on purple swirl vinyl, $29.99. I was about to say, I don't think Bandox is the artist. I think that's the label. We have My Morning Jacket on deluxe blue and orange colored vinyl, $34.99 for My Morning Jacket, MMJ, $34.99. That's on some nice blue vinyl. And what's the other color? Orange, blue and orange vinyl. $34.99. Any last bids on Queens of the Stone Age or Rush? I got to wait for Chip Hall. He hopped on and bid 100, and then I haven't heard back from him. So I need to be doing that as a final call. And we have U2. This is October, $24.99. U2 October. That's a new remaster for U2 October. The Black Crowes War Paint. That's on red and white splatter vinyl. $27.99. The Black Crowes War Paint. 27. Wow, that's on some very cool vinyl. The Black Crowes, $27.99. Heather Feather wants U2 October. That's so to Heather Feather. And we have, this is Bon Iver, $22.99. Bon Iver, and I believe it's self-titled. $22.99 for Bon Iver. And PJ Harvey, Her. PJ Harvey, $19.99. That is a reissue. Brent Robley on the Black Crowes. That's so to Brent Robley. And Pink Floyd, the final cut. That's a new remaster, $27.99. And Led Zeppelin 3, that's a new remaster, $24.99. So Brent got the Black Crowes. Blade Singletary second. Craig Thomas on PJ Harvey. That's so to Craig Thomas. And Travis Wade was next. Okay, I think we're done on Queens of the Stone Age. That's sold to Edwin Blom for $52. That's where we was at when the feed ended. No one else bid here in part 2. So I've got to go ahead and sell that now. I'm just waiting for Chip Hall. I think he was on already, but I've lost him since then. Chip, if you're on, this is about to sell to Tom Sullivan for 101. I was just making sure that was a fair and final call on that. We sold PJ Harvey. Travis, you were second. Mel Moss gets the final cut. And James Ludgood wants Led Zeppelin. Yes, and I've never listened to this Rush show before, but as John Young just said, I believe that is a very well-known recording that sounds very, very good. So final call on that. Right when we went dead earlier, I was showing all the new letters of authenticity we got in. All the new letters of authenticity we got in from JSA for all the really good autographs we have in the back. So we'll be starting some of those officially this week. I hope y'all are ready. We have Metallica and Justice for All, 2 LP green vinyl, Walmart exclusive, $35 start. Metallica and Justice for All green vinyl, $35 start. The Prodigy, music for the jilted generation. Prodigy is $29.99. Prodigy, that is a new reissue. And Pearl Jam Riot Act, $24.99. 2 LP, near mint and shrink wrap. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. That's a 2010 reissue. Classic jazz album, Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. And Bob Weir, Ace. That's a new remaster in shrink wrap, 50th anniversary edition. Bob Weir Ace, $24.99. $24.99. All right, I've lost Chip Hall somewhere or another, so I've got to go ahead and sell this to Tom Sullivan for 101. I'm ready for the 500 Japanese. Well, I have a small stack of other stuff I'm going to go through first. Next is Bad Company. This is, or excuse me, yeah, Bad Company. This is an original 1990 U.S. Club copy. It's going to be a $35 start. We don't get many vintage or original copies, whatever you want to call them, club originals, vintage retail originals of Bad Company Holy Water. This is from 1990. It is a club copy. It's near mint. It's a $35 start. Derek Paris is going to get the ace, and Daniel Booziden's at 40 on Metallica. Continuing, we have U2 Gloria. That's a 2021 Record Store Day yellow vinyl, $21.99 on U2 Gloria. $21.99. U2 Gloria, $21.99. Stevie Ray Vaughan, Soul to Soul. That's a music on vinyl pressing. Soul to Soul is $29.99. And yes, Close to the Edge. That's a 2012 reissue remaster of Close to the Edge, $26.99. Yes, Close to the Edge. 180 gram near mint with the original inner sleeve. Yes, and Stone Temple Pilots Core. That is a new remaster, $26.99. Stone Temple Pilots Core. Stephen Martinelli on Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stephen gets Stevie. That's so to Stephen. And Allman Brothers, The Final Note. That's a live Allman Brothers. That was Dwayne Allman's last concert. That was at Painters Mill Music Fair, October 17th, 71. This is the numbered edition. It's $36.99. It's on black and white colored vinyl, and that's the Allman Brothers, $36.99. Steve Botsford, how much was Miles Davis? Miles was $24.99. We're looking for a $35 start on Bad Company, and Metallica is now at $47 with Holly Safe. Derek Paris wants the Allman Brothers. Debbie Winstead, you were second. We have a bid on Bad Company at $35. Pink Floyd, London, $66.67. This is on white vinyl. Pink Floyd, early Pink Floyd there, $66.67. Those are live recordings. Sid Barrett, Nick Mason, Roger Waters, and Rick Wright. Also, Led Zeppelin. That's a new remaster of Led Zeppelin's fourth album. Technically untitled. They released it without a name. We call it Led Zeppelin 4 or Man with Sticks or Zoso. $24.99. And Miles Davis, Sketches of Spain. That's a 2015 reissue, $24.99. No, these are actually new arrivals. This is part of a collection of stuff we bought back from a customer. So a lot of these are records that he bought from us, and he had duplicates, and he was thinning out some stuff. So a lot of this is stuff that we got from a customer. A lot of stuff we got from a customer, buybacks kind of. So these are new vintage arrivals we're putting out for the first time. So Derek Paris got the Allman Brothers. Debbie, you were second. Bad Company's at $35, going once, going twice. Metallica's at $50. This is the green vinyl, Walmart exclusive, 2LP. Daniel Bouziden was at $50. Is U2 a single? I think it's multiple versions of Gloria, yes. Gloria Live from Dublin, 1989, Gloria Live from Vertigo, 2005, and Gloria Live 2015. So it's the studio version, a Live 89, a Live 05, and a Live 2015. So 3 live cuts and a studio version, Gloria, yellow vinyl, $21.99. Cynthia Herdren, first on Pink Floyd. That's so to Cynthia. Christopher Moore, second. Holly Safe, third. We have Holly Safe at 52 on Metallica, and Tim Turner's at 37 on Bad Company. Santana, Freedom, 1987 US, $19.99. $19.99 for Santana Freedom. That's an original 1987 US copy. Also, Traffic is a 2021 pressing of Traffic self-titled. That is $21.99. Actually, Mr. Fantasy. That's the Mr. Fantasy. It's got the UK type jacket. UK jacket on that, $22.99. Chris Ferrara, first Debbie wants S for Santana. That's so to Debbie Winstead. And Chris Ferrara wants Miles Davis Kinda Blue as Steve passes. Who asked about Miles Davis originally? Steve Botsford. Let me know, Steve Botsford, if you're passing on Miles Davis. If you are, Chris Ferrara wants it. Metallica's now at $55. And this is Jerry Garcia, Run for the Roses. Jerry Garcia is an original 1982 U.S. pressing. Don't see that one as often. $34.99. Steve Botsford, what year is that? Steve has another question on it. It's a 2010 pressing. 2010 pressing on that. 2010. So, Steve, you've got dibs. Let me know if you want it. If not, it's so to Chris Ferrara. Anthony Gray wants Alt J, Miles, and Jerry. Well, there's 2 different Miles Davis left. I can give you Alt J. That was right back here. That is Alt J. We'll go ahead and tag that for sure to Anthony Gray. Metallica's now at 57. He also wants Jerry Garcia. That just came in. And Anthony Gray, the only Miles Davis left is Sketches of Spain. Kinda Blue's already sold. John Dorsey, you were second on Jerry Garcia. Bad Company now has a high bid of $40 with Jared McLaughlin. That's now going once, going twice. Tim Turner, let me know if you want back in. And Metallica, we just had our other bidder out. Holly Safe has Metallica. Green vinyl, Walmart exclusive. Holly has that for $57. And Anthony Gray, he will take Sketches of Spain. So those 3 records there are also to Anthony Gray. Next is Bob Marley, Exodus. That's a new remaster, $24.99. And Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? That's a new reissue, $22.99. Most of these are new pressings. They're just reissues. Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. That's a deluxe remaster. I remember having these new. These new were like $59 or $54.99. This is a very nice used copy. He probably bought it from us originally, $34.99. Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti. That's a new remaster, $27.99. Those new are $44.99. And Dark Side of the Moon. That's the 2016 pressing, remaster, $26.99. New bids on Bad Company, $42. How much was the first Yes LP? You're talking about the Yes album. The Yes album was $24.99. That is a remaster. Bad Company, $40. Steve does get the Miles Davis. So Chris Farrar, you were second on that. That's the Miles Davis kind of blue. So that is sold to Steve Boxford. First to Marvin Gaye was Craig Weatherford. Marvin Gaye goes to Craig Weatherford. Troy Robinson second. Nick Barger on third. 43 on Bad Company. Christopher Morris on PG. That's for Physical Graffiti. That's sold to Christopher Morris. Charles Varnano, first on Pink Floyd. The used copy there. That's sold to Charles. Kelly Gabney was second. Sean Mankel, you were second on Physical Graffiti. Chad Van Horn third. And James Lugwood said sold. Let me know what that was for. Oh, that was for the Yes album. That's sold to James Lugwood. We can go ahead and sell Metallica. That was between Daniel and Holly. Daniel's out, and that's sold to Holly for $57. So, Bad Company still getting bids. We have Tim Turner at $45, and we have a new auction, ZZ Top's Greatest Hits. This is a 1992 club only. This was never sold in stores. This was only available through the Record Club with the original inner sleeve. Don't ever get this. We never get this. $65 start for ZZ Top's Greatest Hits. $65 start, ZZ Top's Greatest Hits. It is near mint minus, and that is a $65 start. This crate gets my vote for best yet. That was a good crate, and there's still a lot of great stuff left. Let's go through it one more time, and guess what? We've got 3 more like that. Paul marked 3 crates like that tonight, so some really good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and take a peek through the next one. Wow, there's some great stuff in here. We also have a Def Leppard here for auction. Let's see here. He marked a lot of stuff today. He's been here all day marking records. I think he's hosting his record show right now in Nashville. For sure he is. He showed me some of the music he was playing. So, and we got 6 more crates of new vinyl to go through too. Busy night tonight. Busy night. So we're having out on Bad Company. Tim Turner has this original 1990 club pressing for $45. Out on Bad Company, so that's going once. Abacab price. There is no Abacab in here, but we still have Genesis, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, and that's $34.99. ZZ Top, 65, 65, 66, 65, 68. Let's go through this crate one more time. We have Blackberry Smoke, Find a Light, metallic sea glass vinyl, $59.99 for Blackberry Smoke. We still have Mr. Bungle, The Night They Came Home. Mr. Bungle's on white vinyl, $24.99. Weezer, Pinkerton. That's a 2016 remaster, $29.99. Jefferson Airplane, Surlistic Pillow, $24.99. Also, we have My Morning Jacket. That is on blue and orange vinyl. My Morning Jacket, $34.99. We still have Bon Iver. I think I was mispronouncing that, and I still am, but Bon Iver. Craig gave me the phonics for that earlier. $22.99. The Prodigy, Music for the Jilted Generation, $29.99 for Prodigy. And Pearl Jam Riot Act, that's a great deal. These new are about $40 or $45. 2 LP and shrink wrap still, $24.99. Debbie Winstead wants JA for Jefferson Airplane. Holly Safe, you were second on that one. Jerry's at 77 on the ZZ Top's Greatest Hits. Jerry's at 77 on that. Close to the Edge, that's still available. $26.99 for Close to the Edge. Stone Temple Pilots Core still available, $26.99. Led Zeppelin 4 is $24.99. U2 Gloria still available, $21.99. Traffic, Dear Mr. Fantasy, a 2021 remaster, that's $22.99. Bob Marley Exodus is $24, and Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. That one has Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel on it. That's a classic. Holly Safe wants Weezer. That's sold to Holly. Bad Company is sold for $45 to Tim Turner. That is sold. And Holly Safe also wants Stone Temple Pilots. Jerry Stone is the high bidder on ZZ Top at $77. That was not sold in stores. Club only. So I have a ton of Japanese to knock out tonight. Let me go ahead and start grabbing some of these. Let me take a look. I'm actually looking at them for the first time. Okay. Wow. All righty. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Okay. It just keeps getting better as the more I flip. And there's one that's going to cause a ruckus in here for sure. Let's go ahead and run this because we had some people back up on Toto 4 earlier on the Bloodshot vinyl. How about an original Japanese pressing, Toto 4? This is going to be a $45 start, Japanese pressing of Toto 4, and I can vouch this sounds incredible. This is the pressing that I have in my collection. It's a Japanese pressing of Toto 4. This one is near mint, has the insert, near mint minus vinyl, nice cover, nice Obi, $45 start on Toto. And I don't think we had any more claims in here. Nope, that crate is still got some great stuff in it. Surprised some of that's still available. So what I'm having to do tonight with the new vinyl is I'm having to bring it over. I haven't actually topped up all of our pre-orders and stuff. So I'm doing that kind of live, and we had a waiting list and some other stuff like that. So one of the first things I'm doing is bringing over, I've got to bring over my laptop and my phone, and we're pulling out some stuff live for waiting list and whatnot. Let me go ahead and get my laptop. I'm going to need to do that. But first, I need to show this right here. Let me go through this crate right here, which I think is the other batch of the new Christmas stuff and some other restocks. And I need to go ahead and grab my laptop and bring it over here, Tanner. Hopefully it's charged. My phone died earlier. The feed crashed. I had a complete communication breakdown. So if you're hopping on, this is part 2. This is part 2 of tonight's sale. I'm going to bring my laptop a little closer where I have all the master spreadsheet for waiting list and look a few of these up while we're showing them so I don't accidentally sell something that somebody was on a waiting list for. They probably wouldn't like that, and that would just cause confusion. We have new bids on ZZ Top for 105, 110, and Totos at 50. First is Twisted Sister. I know this is new and I don't have a waiting list of pre-order. Twisted Sister, a Twisted Christmas, and that is on green vinyl, limited edition green vinyl. Twisted Sister, a Twisted Christmas, $33.99. And this is also a new restock. Dolly Parton, Home for Christmas. Dolly Parton, Home for Christmas, $28.99 for Dolly. And the Dean Martin Christmas album, and this should be on red vinyl. Dean Martin Christmas album. And Sean Fairweather, let me know if you want one of those. If so, that's sold to you. If you're watching Sean, I'm pretty sure he wanted one. And we got a restock of Dirty Honey. Dirty Honey is $28.99. Now, I'm pretty sure I got a list for Dirty Honey. Let me find that waiting list. There was 3 people, C. William Pop, Mark Querum, and James Ludwig. So I'm going to go ahead and pull those out, pull these 3 out. Tanner, do you want to me just crate these up and I can take them off later?
Yeah, just leave them right there.
Okay. So back up to the top, Jerry Stone, let me know if you want back in on ZZ Top. Mike Locke has that for $110. Mike Locke has that for $110. Daniel Bouzide has Toto for $50. That's going twice, going 3 times on both of those. Twisted Sisters sold to Holly Safe, Sean Drewin, and Tom Sullivan. Those are all sold. We have Michelle Miller on a Dean Martin, and Dean Martin is $28.99. I'm pretty sure Sean Fairweather wants one. He did the other night, so let me go ahead and pull him one. I only had 2. So Chad Van Horn, if you for sure want one, let me know, and I'll put you on a waiting list. But Twisted Sister is sold out. Dean Martin, that last one is going to go to Sean Fairweather. Let's tag him, Michelle, and then Chad Van Horn if you want on a waiting list. Dolly's $28.99. Jerry's at $113 on ZZ Top, and Holly Safe is the new bidder on Toto for $52. So Dirty Honey, I've got 1 extra. It's on black vinyl. The indie exclusive is now out of stock. We cannot get the indie exclusive anymore. This is Dirty Honey. Can't find the breaks. The waiting list was C. William Pop, Mark Querum, and James Ludwig. That was everybody that was on a waiting list. C. William Pop, Mark Querum, and James Ludwig. Those 3 people was on a waiting list. I've got 1 extra, $28.99. Daniel's back in on Toto at $55. Mike Locke, you're outbid on ZZ Top. We had 3 copies come in of Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll Whitsitt Chapel. Jelly Roll Whitsitt Chapel. If anybody needs one of those, I've got 3 in. Jelly Roll is $28.99 for Jelly Roll Whitsitt Chapel. I think that is technically his most recent album. Jelly Roll Whitsitt Chapel. If anybody wants that, let me just do a quick search over here. I don't think I have anybody on a Jelly list. No Jelly, no waiting list. I've got 3 different Jelly Roll albums tonight, and there's no waiting list. So that one's $28.99 for Jelly Roll. And I've got 2 copies of Jerry Garcia, Might As Well. Jerry Garcia, Might As Well, a Round Records retrospective, $34.99. Now, there was somebody waiting for one of these. I think it was a Jerry Garcia, Kenneth Jank. I think that was for a replacement, or maybe. I'll go ahead and pull him one out. I've got an extra one to sell, Kenneth Jank on Jerry Garcia. And I've got one left, and that is a collection of Jerry Garcia's most beloved solo studio recordings, $34.99. Jerry Garcia. All right, so Toto, 55, 57. Mike's out on ZZ Top, and Daniel's at 60 on Toto. So, Holly, you're out on Toto. Daniel has that for 60, going once, going twice. We're down to our final bidder, which is Jerry Stone on ZZ Top. Has the original inner sleeve and original 1990 club pressing near mint. Jerry has that for $113. Debbie Winstead wants a Jelly Roll. That's sold to Debbie Winstead. I got a restock of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou soundtrack. There's 3 of those available, but I think there is a waiting list. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Let me search over here for Brother. 2 people is on a waiting list, Alam Dye and Michelle Miller. There's these 2 already sold. So I've got 1 copy left of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? 2 of those have already been sold, and I have 1 left for $39.99. Guns N' Roses Unplugged, and in our other crate, I've got a bunch of these. I think there was several people on a waiting list for Guns N' Roses Unplugged. That is uncolored vinyl. That is on colored vinyl. Yeah, there were several people. Kevin Jordan, Michelle Billings, Eric Smalley, Paul Brothers, and Brian Arrigo. Let me go ahead and grab those others. This is Guns N' Roses Greatest Hits, Guns N' Roses Unplugged, $39.99. Let me find the rest of them. They're right back here. I was wondering why so many of those came in, and I was like, wow, there was a bunch of people on a waiting list. Guns N' Roses Unplugged, $39.99. I'm going to read those names off again. Kevin Jordan, Michelle Billings, Eric Smalley, Paul Brothers, and Brian Arrigo. So those have already been claimed. There's the 5 for the pre-order or the waiting list. Those have already sold. Holly Safe wants 1, and I think it's time to sell some auctions. Let's go ahead and sell Toto. Toto, that is sold to Daniel Booziden for $60, and Jerry Stone gets the ZZ Top for $113. Those are both sold. James, I don't have you on the list, but if you want one, I probably need to pull you right now because let me make sure there wasn't another line item. Nope, that was the only waiting list I had for that. Next 2 auctions are My Bloody Valentine and Rush, Hold Your Fire. And we don't get many copies of Rush, Hold Your Fire. This came out in 1987. I've actually only ever had a handful of originals. Rush, Hold Your Fire. This is an original 1987 pressing in the original inner sleeve, EX condition, $35 start. Hold Your Fire. People call me crazy, but it's one of my favorite Rush albums. Hold Your Fire, EX condition, that's a $35 start. And My Bloody Valentine. Paul has this as a UK import on blue vinyl. It's an unofficial. Paul says it sounds very good, and that's My Bloody Valentine, Loveless. That's an unofficial. That album must not be in print or something for it to be a bootleg. $35 start on that. $35 on Rush, $35 on My Bloody Valentine. And I'm pretty sure we need to give James Rayner Guns N' Roses Unplugged if he thought he was on a waiting list. Ozzy, Montreal, 1981. That's on red vinyl. That's another unofficial. That's a live concert with Randy Rhoads, and that is 1981. That is, let me look that up right quick. There was Christy Small, 1 person on a waiting list for that. Christy Small. I'm going to go ahead and set that off to the side. I've got 2 extras, and that's Ozzy live in 1981 with Randy Rhoads on colored vinyl, $36.99. There is 1 to Holly Safe, and I've got 1 extra, $36.99. First time I've had this, Elvis Christmas with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, $29.99. Elvis Christmas album with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, $29.99. 2 of those left. And Reba, her Christmas album. I don't think I've had this before, and it is on colored vinyl. Reba is $33.99. And I got a restock of this 10-inch from The Cure, Cure Live 2005. Let me look that one up. Holly Safe was on a waiting list. So this is already sold to Holly, actually. It's on orange vinyl. If anybody else wants one, let me know, and I'll put you on a waiting list. But that is The Cure Live 2005. It's a 10-inch. It's got 6 songs on it. That one's already sold, but if anybody else wants one, let me know. I can have you one in this week. All right, so My Bloody Valentine and Rush are up for auction. Rush is at $35. MBV's $35. Rush $35. MBV $35. Rush $36. We pulled the Aussie for Holly Safe. Hold My Fire's top 3. Yeah, I mean, it's a great album. It's underrated for the Rush catalog. I mean, it has one of my favorite songs on it, Time Stands Still. Prime Mover's on there. Lock and Key, Mission. That's one of my favorites. Very good stuff there. My Bloody Valentine, $38. Debbie Winstead wants an Elvis. Of course, when I say very good, that's because I'm kind of partial being a major Rush fan. Debbie Winstead on Elvis. Christopher Morris on Reba. My Bloody Valentine, $40. My Bloody Valentine, $42, $45. Rush, $38, $50, and $50. Let's go through this crate one more time. Mission's a great song. Time Stands Still. Never looked at the lyrics of Time Stands Still. The more I listened to that song, the more I started looking at the lyrics, and I was like, wow. It kind of just blows me away. These Rush songs, Neil Peart, we call him one of the greatest drummers of all time. His lyricism, incredible. Dolly, Home for Christmas, $28.99. Dolly, Home for Christmas. I still got 2 of those. And this originally came out in the 90s. Originally came out in 1990, so that's either never released on vinyl or very difficult to get. Dolly, Home for Christmas, $28.99. 1 copy of Dirty Honey left, Can't Find the Brakes, $28.99. Jelly Roll, still have Whitsitt Chapel by Jelly Roll, $28.99. Holly needs to put back STP, she already has that. Jerry Garcia, that's like a greatest hits. It's a 2 LP, $34.99. Oh Brother Where Art Thou, $39.99 for Oh Brother Where Art Thou. And I have 1 copy left of the Live Ozzy, and I have 1 Elvis Christmas album left with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, $29.99. And I think the Last Elvis was just sold, right? Yes, Last Elvis just got a bid or a claim with Tom Sullivan, so Elvis is gone. If anybody wants on a waiting list for that, let me know. And the only thing left from the previous bin, if you just got on, we got 3 copies left of A Charlie Brown Christmas, Vince Guaraldi Trio. I'm going to put those back in here because so far that is all of my new vinyl that's left over from that. And if anybody wants that Stone Temple Pilots that was put back, Stone Temple Pilots Core is still available, $26.99. $26.99. That's a single LP black vinyl remaster. All right, there was another crate of new vinyl out of the way. I've got 4 more like that to go through. So first, though, we'll do a new crate of new stuff that Paul marked. I think this is vintage check condition stuff. So let's go through that. And at first glance, there were some really good titles in here. I expect some of these to probably get gone pretty immediately. So we got a ton of auctions to go through too. Whole crate over here of Japanese stuff. And like I said, I've got about 9 packages from Japan that will probably total nearly 500 LPs. So lots of Japanese stuff. Let's get an update on these 2 albums. The new high bid of Rush just came in with Chad Van Horn at $40 and original Hold Your Fire. And My Bloody Valentine is now at $51. Mike Bolton is going to take that STP. And Debbie, yes, you got a Jelly Roll. I had 3 and now there's 2 left. So I sold you 1. Mike Bolton, there's your STP. New vintage arrivals. We have Santana's Greatest Hits, VG Condition. These are check condition. New vintage arrivals, VG Condition, $9.99 on Santana's Greatest Hits. Vital Information, Global Beat, VG Plus, $12.99. Vital Information by Global Beat, $12.99. VG Plus, Yes, 90125. EX Condition, 90125. EX Condition for Yes, that is $17.99. And Deep Purple Burn, VG, and about a VG or VG minus cover, that's Deep Purple Burn, VG Condition, $9.99. Wild Cherry, Play That Funky Music White Boy, VG Plus Condition, it's actually Wild Cherry self-titled. Of course, that hit song's on there. $19.99, VG Plus Condition. And Steve Winwood, Chronicles. Chronicles is like a Steve Winwood Greatest Hits. That's in VG Plus Condition, $11.99. First, before we tag anything out of here, in the previous bin, Roger Monk is going to take a live Aussie. That's sold to Roger Monk. We had a $55 bid on My Bloody Valentine to Ron Phillips. Kara Bauer wants the Santana Greatest Hits. $43 bid on Rush. Kara Bauer wants Yes. $57 on My Bloody Valentine, $45 on Rush. Stephen A. Young, you were second on Yes. Rush is at $45. Debbie Winstead wants Wild Cherry. That's sold to Debbie Winstead. William Warback on Deep Purple. That is sold to William Warback. Heather Feather first on Steve Winwood. Chris Ferrara, you were second. And him, HMS 2480, you were third. Well, Chris Ferrara put WC, but either way, I think that was for Wild Cherry, actually. So that would have made you second. All right, so new bids just came in on both auctions. Jason Kenton is at $57 on My Bloody Valentine, and that's a UK import, unofficial on blue vinyl. And like I said, I don't think, with that being bootlegged, that's either not in print or never been reissued. And Rush is an original 1987 pressing, EX Condition. Rush is at $46, and My Bloody Valentine is at $58. So let's continue. That's the only record not claimed. Vital Information, Global Beat. We have The Best of Frank Sinatra, VG Plus Condition, $11.99. Night Ranger, Big Life, Night Ranger's EX, $16.99. The Best of ZZ Top, VG, $17.99. The Best of ZZ Top, VG condition, $17.99. Madonna, True Blue, VG Plus condition, $19.99 on Madonna, True Blue. And Caddyshack, that is the original Caddyshack soundtrack, VG Plus condition, $19.99. Features Kenny Loggins, I'm All Right, classic there. Amazing. VG Plus, $19.99. And Prince, Purple Rain, also in VG condition, $19.99. Looks like it has the original inner sleeve, $19.99. So I left off with Steve Winwood. Heather Feather got that one. Rush 46, My Bloody Valentine 58. Rush is now at 50. Christopher Morris gets FS for Frank Sinatra. That's so to Christopher Morris. Michelle Miller was second. James Lugwood first on the ZZ Top. Travis Wade on Madonna. That's so to Travis Wade. Debbie Winstead second on Madonna. My Bloody Valentine's at 60. Cynthia Herdren, you were third on Madonna. Colin Butler first on Caddyshack. John Dorsey, you were second. Ken Crooker fourth on Madonna. Mike Locke third on Caddyshack. Tom Sullivan fourth, and Holly Safe wants Prince. The only thing not claimed there was Night Ranger, Big Life, Night Rangers in EX condition, $16.99. We're at 51 on Rush, and we're at 60 on My Bloody Valentine. Deep Purple, When We Rock, and When We Roll, We Roll. This is a compilation of Deep Purple music. First track is Space Truckin', Kentucky Woman, Burns on there. That's a great compilation, $16.99. Mr. Riger, Bob Riger, that is going to get the Night Ranger. Good Morning Vietnam, another classic soundtrack. EX condition, $21.99. EX condition, $21.99. Good Morning Vietnam, the original motion picture soundtrack. That is in EX condition, $21.99. Deep Purple sold to Holly Safe. Joe Willinger was second. Quig Rutherford first on Good Morning Vietnam. And we have Gary Wright, an original copy of The Dreamweaver. EX condition, Gary Wright, The Dreamweaver. That is some good stuff there. EX $17.99. Steve Winwood, this is one of his solo or regular studio albums. Roll With It. VG condition, $9.99 for Steve Winwood. VG $9.99. And Sinatra at the Sands. This is a classic. This is a classic with Sinatra and Basie with arrangements by Quincy Jones. VG Plus $14.99. And we have Tres Hombres, ZZ Top, VG condition, $17.99. That's OG label for Tres Hombres, ZZ Top. So we already pulled Deep Purple for Holly. Joe Willinger was second. Quig Rutherford got Good Morning Vietnam. I've already pulled those. Nat Reynolds was second. James Rayner was third. New bid on Rush, $55. Tom Sullivan first on Steve Winwood. Tom Sullivan first on Steve Winwood. Michelle Miller on Frank Sinatra. Craig Rutherford second. Stephen A. Young third. And Julian gets the ZZ Top. No claim on Gary Wright. That's surprising. I need to do an update on My Bloody Valentine. Are we done? The last bid I said was Ron Phillips at $60. That's now a final call. Ron Phillips has that for $60. And the Rush is a final call. Or actually, yeah, Debbie's out, so Chad Van Horn has that for $55, final call. Journey's Greatest Hits Volume 2, EX condition, $27.99. Debbie is going to get the Gary Wright, though. Journey is in EX condition, $27.99. Steve Perry, Street Talk. That's Steve Perry from Journey. His solo album, original inner sleeve, EX condition, $17.99 for Steve Perry. Deep Purple, in rock, VG condition, $11.99. And Buku. Is that how you say that? Buku, I think. They're just like the Ringo Starr album. VG Plus, $34.99. I don't know a lot about that. Also, we have the Rolling Stones Rewind. Don't get this one as often, actually. This is a UK pressing. It's a 1984 UK compilation of Rolling Stones music. It's called Rewind, 71 to 84. That's the Rolling Stones. VG Plus, $26.99. And Frampton, that's Peter Frampton. He Comes Alive, VG condition, $12.99. If you didn't see it already, we got a restock of the Ronnie James Dio action figures. Ronnie James Dio, those are $24.99. I've got 6 of them in stock if anybody wants one of those. Back up to the top, the last thing I pulled was Gary Wright for Debbie Winstead. New bid on Rush, $56. New bid on My Bloody Valentine, $61. We're still bidding on both auctions. Holly Safe, first to Journey, Greatest Hits Volume 2. That is sold to Holly Safe. Journey, GC gets Steve Perry. Holly Safe was second. Christopher Morris first to the Rolling Stones Rewind. GC Colleton, you were first to Deep Purple in rock. Joe Willinger second to Rewind. New bet on Rush at 57. Holly Safe wants Peter Frampton. And Ron is out on My Bloody Valentine. So My Bloody Valentine is at 61 with Zachary P. Zachary P. That's now yours for 61. Blue Vinyl Unofficial, final call. Edwin's out on Rush. Chad Van Horn has that for 57. Final call. Next, Brian May and Friends. That's called Starfleet. Yes, that's Brian May of Queen. Also, there's a guy playing guitar. You may have heard of him before. His name is Edward Van Halen. EX Condition, $31.99 for Brian May and Friends. Loverboy, Get Lucky, featuring Everybody's Working for the Weekend. VG Plus, $14.99. And the Beatles, 62 to 67 on the original Apple label. EX Condition, $36.99. The Beatles, 62 to 66. That is EX Condition, $36.99. And Billy Cobham, Power Play, Billy Cobham, EX, $17.99. All right. Has anybody ever seen an OG Peter Frampton without the ring wear? We've had some before. They're very scarce. I usually put them up for auction, but no, these usually always have ring wear. If you ever find one without ring wear, you need to buy it even if you already have one, because that's a hard cover to get. Very notorious for ring wear. Wade Lucas gets Brian May. Cynthia was second. Marco third. Craig Rutherford first on Loverboy. Mike Bolton second. Continuing, we have Prince, $19.99, VG Condition, $16.99, and Deep Purple, The House of Blue Light. That's an original, 1987 with the original inner sleeve. Deep Purple, EX, $26.99. My Bloody Valentine is sold to Zachary P. for $61, and Rush is sold for $57 to Chad Van Horn. Chad Van Horn gets that for $57. Let me put up two new auctions. I think the next thing I have is Def Leppard, On Through the Night. And let's grab a new Japanese pressing up for auction. We have a Japanese pressing of Paul McCartney 2. Let's put these up. First, we have the Def Leppard, On Through the Night. This is a 1980 PRC pressing with the insert. This is going to be EX Condition, $35 start. $35 start for Def Leppard, On Through the Night. Def Leppard, EX Condition, $35 start. Pretty clean for EX, and it does have an insert with it. There's the insert. EX, Def Leppard, $35 start. And also a $35 start is going to be McCartney 2. McCartney 2. This is a Japanese pressing of Paul McCartney. McCartney 2. Very clean. Your typical pristine, near mint minus Japanese vinyl. That is going to be a $35 start. It comes with an insert. It also comes with the original inner sleeve of lyrics. Gatefold cover with Obi, McCartney, $35 start. Continuing, we had Loverboy, Jeff Rice first on Prince. Kelly Gabney was second. Zachary P. third. We got a bid on Def Leppard for $35. The Rolling Stones, Tattoo You, EX Condition, $31.99 with Start Me Up on it. Neutral Milk Hotel, VG Plus Condition, $19.99. Neutral Milk Hotel, that's a 180-gram reissue. Neutral Milk Hotel. Dickie Betts, Jimmy Hall, Chuck Leavell, and Butch Trucks. That's live at the Coffee Pot, 1983. That's VG Plus, $24.99, and that's a 2016 record store day. Dickie Betts, Jimmy Hall, Chuck Leavell, and Butch Trucks. Members of Allman Brothers there, at least some of them. The Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's. This is a new remaster. EX Condition, $24.99 on the Beatles Sgt. Pepper's. Traffic, remastered. EX, $22.99. That's a 2021 remastered Traffic self-titled album. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, EX, $69.99. This is a limited edition, 2009, 180-gram reissue. Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was about to say, I don't see many copies of anything available for the Uplift Mofo Party Plan. Uplift Mofo Party Plan. That's tough to get an original, tough to get a reissue. And Dirty Honey, EX, $22.99. This is their first album, self-titled, Dirty Honey, EX, $22.99. Only one bid on Def Leppard right now with Mike Locke. On Through the Night, an original 81 PRC pressing, going twice, going three times. No bid on McCartney, looking for a $35 start. Final call on that. We have pricing edition on Neutral Milk Hotel. Fred Carnell, that was VG Plus, $19.99. Heather Feather first on the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's. Holly Safe first on Traffic. Cynthia Herdron first on Red Hot Chili Peppers. Holly Safe was second. Stephen Martinelli was third. Tom Sullivan first on Dirty Honey. James Lugwood was next. We have Interpol, Elpentor, Interpol, EX Condition, $17.99, and Rush, Moving Pictures, a new remastered copy, $26.99. Tom Sawyer, Red Barchetta, YYZ, or YYZ, and Limelight, all on side one. Amazing. All right, so back up to the top. Tom Sullivan got Dirty Honey. That was the last thing I pulled out. James Luggood was second. I don't have any more copies of Wild Cherry. That is desperately needed a reissue of. That album's not in print. Jeffrey DeLong's at 38 in Def Leppard. Ken Crooker third on Dirty Honey. Craig Weatherd needs to put back the Loverboy. That's not the one he needed. And backup on that was Mike Bolton. So Craig Weatherford got Loverboy earlier. He needs to put it back. So Mike Bolton, you got the Loverboy, just so you know, the one get lucky with working for the weekend. Tom Sullivan says he'll also take a new Dirty Honey. So let me pull a new Dirty Honey for Tom Sullivan. This is sold to Tom Sullivan. Dirty Honey. That is sold to Tom Sullivan, a new copy. Garrett says he'll take the Neutral Milk Hotel. Let me make sure Fred Carnell doesn't want it. Tanner, I'll lay that right there in pending. That's either sold to Fred Carnell. Garrett Seibert was next. Anthony Gray wants the Dickie Betts record. That's sold to Anthony Gray. Cynthia Herdren, you were third on Neutral Milk Hotel. Jeff Rice gets Rush. Fred Carnell gets Interpol. Zachary P. was second. Fred Carnell, you were first. Jeff is actually going to pass on Rush. I'll just leave that in the stack. So Rush is still there in the stack. He's passing. Fred passes on Neutral Milk Hotel, so give that to Garrett. And Paul McCartney's a $35 buy it now. Paul McCartney, no bid, $35 buy it now. It also has one little tear right up here in the OB. I'm just now really seeing that. It's kind of camouflaged. Terry Westwood, you're first to that as long as you're okay with that small little tear in the OB. Terry was first on that. Eddie Bruce was second. And wow, not much left in this crate. Let's go through it one more time. We have Vital Information, Global Beat, VG Plus, $12.99. Buku, VG Plus, $34.99. A couple things in here, I really don't know what they are. I definitely know what this is. That's the Beatles, 62 to 66, EX Condition, $36.99. Billy Cobham is EX, $17.99. We have Deep Purple, the only Deep Purple left. That was selling very well tonight, EX, $26.99. And the Rolling Stones, Tattoo You, EX, $31. Terry says he's good with the Paul McCartney, so that's $35 to him. That's sold to Garrett. Eddie Bruce, you were second. And Debbie, you were third. Joe Willinger wants the Deep Purple out of the bin. Let's sell that to Joe Willinger. And we need to do a final call on Def Leppard. No one ever bid again. No one also ever said out. Jeffrey DeLong's at $38, and I'm about to sell that because I've got more auctions to put up. All righty, I'm going to condense these with the last crate. And if I can slide this out without messing my charger up. There we go. If anybody wants any of those are going to be conveniently located right here behind me all night with the stuff left over from the last crate. Now, like I said, I've got lots of more new vinyl to go through. So let me, let's see which crate I want to go through next. Let's go ahead and go through this one now. Okay, yeah, there's 4 more crates over here. We had that on Discogs, yeah. I think so, yeah. Yeah, I remember buying it from Brandon Sanders. It's a weird compilation. It's not cheap for some reason. Has some kind of swimsuit model on the front. I think that's why it's collectible. Def Leppard, Def Leppard 39, Def Leppard 40. That was an amazing crate. We got new stuff here. Let's start a new auction. Like I said, lots of Japanese stuff. Behind the counter, I have all my typical autographs and stuff like that. We usually been showing every night, but I don't even have them over here because we have so much other stuff to go through. Next is going to be Journey Frontiers, a very nice Japanese pressing. This is going to be a $45 start for Journey Frontiers. $45 start on this. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine from Japan. Extremely nice. It also has a book with it, a calendar, and I had never seen this before. It's a 1983 calendar from Journey. I've had a lot of Japanese pressings at Frontiers. I've never seen one with this calendar. There's Neil Sean, Steve Smith, Jonathan Kane, Journey. Very cool. $45 start. Never seen one with that calendar before. Also has a Japanese insert. Obi, very nice copy. $45 start on that. Now, I don't remember ordering this. Was somebody on a special order? You'd prefer an astronaut. Let me check my spreadsheet. Maybe somebody's watching that requested this, or I don't know why we have but I know that's for sure not on my spreadsheet. So I've got 2 copies of You'd prefer an astronaut, and I'm not too familiar, so that is $39.99. Craig Thomas says he wants one, and I've got another one if anybody else wants it, unless there was somebody I special ordered that for a long time ago. I know it hasn't been recent. I haven't said the word I don't think, in a long time, or if ever. So, and from the last crate, Wade Lucas says he'll take the Buku. So back up to the top. Before I get started, we pulled the Deep Purple. We had Def Leppard at 39, Def Leppard at 40, Def Leppard at 43. And Derek Clark says, Buku is Eric Singer's band for all you Kiss fans. This is why we like Derek Clark watching, because he informs us on stuff that I have no idea about. And this is sold to Wade Lucas. I'll take the Buku. Craig Thomas wants a Let's go ahead and pull that out of the new bin. And we have Scott says, never mind, I'm out on Def Leppard. You'd already been outbid. Jeffrey DeLong was at $43. Bob Reiger says, blur, oops, hum. Bob Reiger wants a hum. Okay. And we have Journey is a final call for $45. And now Def Leppard is a final call for $43. Those are final calls. Bob Reiger says he needs to put back Night Ranger from that last crate. And let me see, is he actually on this one? Let's see here. Studio musicians. Let's see here. Dennis Liu and Tommy Mike Gill. Does he have Eric Singer? I don't see the name Eric Singer on this one, actually, unless he's under a different name. Is Eric Singer actually his real name? Is he actually on this one, Derek Clark? I bet Derek can tell us. Okay. And Wade says he probably doesn't want that unless he for sure is on there. Okay, and then here is, let me check the waiting list on that. Jimmy Buffett, equal strain on all parts. That's on Key West Blue Vinyl. Jimmy Buffett, let me check this list right over here. Buffett, B-U-F-F-E-T. Actually, Paul Brothers, and that's the only person I see. So Jimmy Buffett, I got one extra copy, $34.99. This is Jimmy Buffett, equal strain on all parts. That's on Blue Vinyl. And Tanner says there's one missing, or he needs one from somebody's invoice. So actually, poof, Jimmy Buffett's gone. We'll start a new waiting list. Those must have been got a repress, because I thought these were all gone. I thought these were out of stock, but it looks like they've got a repress. That's why we got 2 extras in. So Paul Brothers is on a waiting list, and then Tanner says he needed one for somebody's invoice. So he says, Tommy Flowers, it might go back to you, so Tanner's got to check something. All right. Let's sell these 2 auctions. Before I go any further in the crate, Def Leppard is sold. Def Leppard is sold to Jeffrey DeLong for $43. And Journey Frontiers, that got 1 bid, and that's sold to Debbie Winstead for $45. So, Tommy, we're going to take down your name. Denise, we're going to take down your name. There's a good chance that, Denise, I could have more of those in. If anybody else wants in on that, I would say let me know right now, so we can take down your name, because I'm going to order more anyway. Next 2 auctions, we have Michael Schenker Group, Assault Attack. That's a $35 start, and Loudness is a $35 start. So there's our next 2 Japanese pressings. I'm going to show those in detail right now, but there's Loudness and Assault. Michael Schenker Group, Assault Attack. This is a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing, Japanese vinyl, and this is near mint minus. Very, very nice. $35 start, Michael Schenker Group. There's the Japanese insert. There's the cover with Obi, MSG, and Loudness. This Loudness is called Shadows of War. Speaking of metal, tomorrow night is Metal Night. We're going to have a lot of great stuff tomorrow night for auction and in the crates. Loudness is a $35 start. There's the original inner sleeve, and there's the cover of Obi. We had 2 putbacks. We had Rush Moving Pictures. If anybody wants this, it's a new remaster. These new Rush remasters sound incredible. That's EX. $26.99, that's being put back. And we had Night Ranger Big Life. EX condition, $16.99. That was a putback from Paul Brothers. All right, so continuing. We have a restock of Evanescence. Let me check my waiting list. Evanescence Fallen, $39.99. Indie store exclusive. That has the foil cover and the pink and black. Evan, let me try to find that. I don't know if there was a waiting list. Make sure I'm spelling it right, but I don't think there was. I don't see anybody on a waiting list for that. Evanescence. I'm searching Evan and I don't see anything. So $39.99 for Evanescence. That is three copies of that available. Also, Weezer Pinkerton. Now, Heather Feather requested this one. That is $34.99. Weezer Pinkerton, $34.99. Heather Feather was on a waiting list for that. I have 1 extra. We sold the used copy earlier. That's new and sealed Weezer, $34.99. Motorhead, 1916. $34.99 for Motorhead 1916. Let me check on this right quick. Let me delete the word Evan out of there. Motorhead. We have a waiting list for Overkill that hadn't came in, and Holly Safe was on a waiting list for 1916. Motorhead, that's $34.99. Let's see here. We have Wade Lucas needs to put back the Buku because Eric Singer's not on it. That's understandable. Loudness is at $35, new bid. And Holly Safe, I've already got you a Motorhead, and Stephen Martinelli put E. That was for Evanescence. Now, Sean Holford's been asking about this. I don't know if Sean's watching tonight, but Sean, I got those back in stock, $39.99. And I've only got 1 Motorhead, and we already pulled Holly's. Let's pull this one for Mike Bolton and Kelly Gabney, if you're okay. Let me know if you're on a waiting list for that. 1 copy of Weezer left. There's the John Denver Christmas album. That's on candy cane colored vinyl, and we had a waiting list for that. That was part of that post I made in the group about Christmas restocks. I have one here, but I'm pretty sure it's already claimed. And this is John Denver and the Muppets Christmas album. And I think there was one person who claimed this. Let's see, it was Kristen Seen. So Kristen's already got that, and that is $28.99. $28.99. If anybody else wants one, let me know. And that is on Candy Cane Swirl Vinyl, John Denver and the Muppets, A Christmas Together. That one's already sold, but if anybody else wants one, let me know. We have The Outfield Play Deep. I actually ordered more copies, and I'm surprised we actually got them. The Outfield Play Deep on purple vinyl, $44.99. The Outfield Play Deep, $44.99. Loudness, we got a new bid. Loudness, we had a $35 bid with Keith Pettit and Todd Tipton's at $36. No one bid on Michael Schenker Group, so I'm going to make that a buy it now. That is a buy it now for $35. Michael Schenker Group. Michelle Miller says she'll take the waiting list, and that's John Denver. I'll have these in by the end of the week if anybody else wants one. That one's already sold. It was a waiting list for Kristen Seen. That was on the spreadsheet. There's Deep Purple. Linda Ronstadt, Canciones de Mi Padre. First time this has ever been reissued, $31.99. I've sold a lot of them. That is $31.99. And Tina Turner, Queen of Rock and Roll. That's Tina Turner's greatest hits, and we still have those on the indie exclusive colored vinyl. Tina Turner, I still have those. And all the waiting lists have been filled, so that's a new spare copy that I have. Tina Turner, $31.99. Debbie Winstead wants Linda Ronstadt. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Keith's backing on Loudness. Was there no claims on Michael Schenker Group? MSG, I don't see it. Assault Attack is available. $35 buy it now. Okay. Continuing, let's put up a copy of Aerosmith, Get Your Wings. Wow, this looks very nice. And I don't think I've ever had one with this Obi on it. Aerosmith is a $55 start. It's a Japanese pressing of Get Your Wings with Obi. Looks very nice. It's on that original CBS Sony label. Has the original inner sleeve. Very nice Japanese pressing, as you would expect. There's the Japanese insert. Nice cover, especially for it being black. There's usually a lot of heavy ring wear. This one's nice with the Obi. $55 start. Troy, your Tina Turner is in. It will be on this week's invoice. Your Tina, I'm looking at it right now, your Tina Turner box set. It's behind the counter. So that will be on this upcoming week's invoice. Still got one copy. This is a new release. We have a pre-order up for it. Blue Oyster Cult, 50th anniversary, live in New York City. Blue Oyster Cult's $44.99. Let me pull up the list for that. This is a new Blue Oyster Cult release that comes out Friday, and it's called 50th Anniversary Live in New York City. There was a few pre-orders for that. Scott Smith, Darren Wortman, and Scott Beebe. Scott Smith, Darren Wortman, and Scott Beebe. There was a pre-order for that. 1, 2, 3. I've got one extra. New Blue Oyster Cult. These three have already sold. I've got one extra for $44.99. There's the Linda Ronstadt Christmas album. That's the first time ever on vinyl. That's on metallic silver vinyl. Linda Ronstadt, and I think there was a couple pre-orders for that. We had Linda Ronstadt. We had one with Holly Safe. Holly claimed that on the post. And so that one's pre-sold to Holly Safe, and she'll take the Blue Oyster Cult live right here, right now. That's sold to Holly Safe. Update on Loudness. Todd Tipton's at $38. Todd's at $38 on Loudness. That's going twice, going 3 times. No bid on Aerosmith. Get Your Wings. Very nice Japanese pressing. Looking for a $55 start. Linda Ronstadt's Christmas album is $31.99. Eddie Bruce says he'll take one. Eric Fisher, there's one left if you want it. And we did get a restock of Snoop Dogg Doggy Style, and that is on clear vinyl. It says listing, featuring the original track listing for the first time since 1993. $34.99. The Tina Turner is a new greatest hits that came out a few weeks ago. Limited edition clear vinyl. It has all of her solo greatest hits on it. $31. Keith's out on Loudness, so now we can do a final call for that for $38. I'm going to sell that when I make Aerosmith a buy it now at the same price. Eric Fisher will take that last Linda Ronstadt Christmas album. Mike Bolton gets the Snoop Dogg, and Chris Kirkley's in on Aerosmith at $55. Now, here's one of the best surprise restocks we've had this week, and this is Soundgarden. I haven't had this in like a year, year and a half, maybe 2 years. Louder Than Love, Soundgarden. I got a surprise restock of it this week. When I saw it was in my cart, I only had 5 copies. I immediately emailed my sales rep, and I put in an order. I said, I need more of these if you can get them. $29.99. If you miss this, if you're in our group, make sure you're in our group, Whole Lot of Records, because I post stuff like this. When I see something big is back in stock, I'll go ahead and make a post and be like, this is coming in this week. You may want to get it. Soundgarden, Louder Than Love, because I'm pretty sure these were like $50, $60 on Discogs before the reissue or for this new pressing. So Craig Rutherford on Tina. I think that's been claimed. Who asked about this? Denise. So Denise, if you're passing, I'm going to sell that to Craig Weatherford. And now let me read off everybody who's already claimed one on the post. James Rayner, Michael O'Brien, Bob Riger, Chris Kirkley, Juan Gonzalez, Katie Gomez, Steve Howe, Brian Dismore, Kelly Cook, Matt Algram, Paul Brothers, Holly Safe, Todd Tipton. So I've got 4 extras to sell. These are all sold, Tanner. Those are all pre-sold. Soundgarden, Louder Than Love. Those are all pre-sold. I've got 4 extras. Mike Bolton wants one. Sean Holford wants one. Brian Arrigo wants one. And Colin Butler wants one. So these are now sold out. Let's start a waiting list. As of last night, they were still in stock. As of last night, there was still a lot in stock. So I can get more, and we will be getting more. Those sold to Mike Bolton, Sean Holford, Brian Arrigo, and Colin Butler. Denise said she will take the Tina Turner. She asked about that first. So that means Craig Weatherford, if it's okay, I'll put you on a waiting list for Tina Turner, Craig Weatherford. No other claims on Soundgarden. That's good because we're sold out. And here's what I have left. Evanescence, 20th anniversary of Fallen. That is the indie store. I didn't think I'd get these anymore. And guess what? They showed up. Deluxe edition, 2LP, pink and black splatter vinyl, $39.99. Weezer Pinkerton is $34.99. Last copy. And we have the Outfield Play Deep limited edition 3000 numbered colored vinyl. That's on purple vinyl. There's the 2 other from the last crate. 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. Both Evanescence are sold to Holly and Bert and James. That was your number 3. Only had 2, and Holly Safe wants Weezer. Now I just need to convince everybody to buy a copy of Outfield. This is like one of those flowchart things. Here's how it works. You ask yourself, do I have a copy of the Outfield Play Deep? If your answer is no, then the next arrow says, I should buy one from Colectco. If you say, yes, I already have one, then the arrow comes back around and you should buy another one from Colectco. $44.99, the Outfield Play Deep. That's the only thing left in there. 2, 4, 6, 7 of those left. Let's go ahead and end these auctions. This is Loudness, and this is sold to way up here. Todd Tipton for $38, and Chris Kirkley gets the Aerosmith for $55. So those are all sold. I'm actually going to put that right over here. And Holly Safe said she'll take an Outfield. She must have followed the flow chart. Has everybody else followed the flow chart? There's 204 people watching. I know not everybody has a copy of Music on Vinyl, limited and numbered purple vinyl of the Outfield Play Deep. No way, right, Tanner? No way everybody has a copy. Somebody is not following the flow chart. Somebody's not following. Let's see this next bin of new vintage arrivals that Paul has priced for us. I see some good stuff in here. New vintage arrivals. I still got new vinyl to go through. And I'm out of breath. I am completely just... It's been a busy sale already tonight. We're going to put up 2 new auctions. Let me set this off to the side. And we have... Nobody else followed the flow chart. Okay, we have Xanadu as a Japanese pressing and the Eagles, Hotel California. Xanadu is one of those records that people ask about all the time, and I never just can really keep those in stock. And here's an original Japanese pressing. $45 start for Xanadu. Xanadu, that is Electrolyte Orchestra, Olivia Newton-John. This has the obi with it. It goes on it just like that. It's called an obi cap. So there's the obi. It looks a lot better after you get in a new sleeve and put it on there. It has the Japanese insert, or that's the original inner sleeve, actually. There's Jeff Lynne of ELO. There's the Japanese insert. There's the inner sleeve insert. Vinyl's near mint minus. $45 start on Xanadu. Gatefold with the obi cap. That is very nice Japanese pressing. That is now up for bid. James Lugwood wants on the Soundgarden Louder Than Love waiting list, and so did Joe Maynard. So 2 people on that Soundgarden waiting list. I'm going to order a bunch of them, so I have them in stock for a while. And Joe Maynard says he wants on there. Thank you. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second to take a drink of water. Actually, it's not water. It's caffeine-laced Walmart packet high-energy stuff that I probably shouldn't be drinking, but I need it. We have the Eagles, Hotel California. Nice. There's the original Japanese insert, 2-page flip. Information, lyrics, that's the Japanese insert. It has the poster with it. Wow, has the poster with it. And the vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. $55 start. $55 start. This is the Eagles Hotel. That is a very nice copy. Insert, poster, near mint minus vinyl, nice cover, obi, $55 on that. Xanadu, $45, $45, and $46. 3 bidders on Xanadu, 3 different bids. New vintage arrivals, Brian Setzer, live nude guitar, $21.99 for Brian Setzer. The Romantics, $19.99 for the Romantics. Frank Zappa, Broadway, The Hard Way, that is $29.99. That's a 1988 U.S. original with the original inner sleeve and merchandise catalog. I don't see that one too often. Frank Zappa, Broadway, The Hard Way, $29.99. Iron Eagle soundtrack. This has music by Queen, Dio, Helix. That is $24.99 for the Iron Eagle soundtrack. Def Leppard, Pyromania, a 1983 club copy. Def Leppard, Pyromania, $34.99. Def Leppard, Pyromania, $34.99. Xanadu was at 56, Xanadu 50, Xanadu 46, Xanadu 48, Xanadu 50. Michelle Miller on BS. That was Brian Setzer. Outfield is the best band in the history of bands according to Rolling Stone. Wow, that's a big statement. Xanadu 51, Brian C. on Frank Zappa. That's sold to Brian C. Iron Eagle sold to G.C. Colleton. Holly Safe on Def Leppard, and Daniel Bouzidens at 55 on the Eagles. Xanadu's at 60. Davey Winstead, you were second on Def Leppard. That just leaves the Romantics. And this has the hit song What I Like About You on it. That has the hit song What I Like About You on it, $19.99. Steve Winwood, Ark of a Diver, $14.99 for Steve Winwood, Ark of a Diver. These are all EX Plus near mint minus. There's another wild cherry. It does not play that funky music White Boy, but it is a white label promo, and there's some more nudity for you. We've had a lot of nudity tonight. Sorry if your kids are watching. There's a lot of nude covers back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. They put nude stuff on albums to sell them. That is in shrink wrap. Wings at the Speed of Sound. A near mint copy in shrink wrap, $34.99. And the Rolling Stones Exile on Main Street, sealed, $54.99. Sealed half-speed master of the Rolling Stones Exile on Main Street, $54.99. $54.99 on that. And Journey, that is $29.99. That's a copy of Infinity. Journey Infinity, $29.99. Xanadu's at 60. Debbie, you were second on Def Leppard. Xanadu 65. Holly Safe is going to take the Romantics. That's sold to Holly Safe. And we have Bob Seger's Greatest Hits, a 2017 remaster, $29.99 on Seger. And Boz Scaggs' Greatest Hits, $19.99 on Boz Scaggs' Greatest Hits. Very clean copy. Roger Ramjet on the Rolling Stones. Xanadu's at 70. Final call. We've only had one bid on the Eagles. Daniel Bouzide has it for $55. It has the insert, the poster, near mint minus vinyl, nice cover with Obi. Final call for $55. Holly Safe wants BS. Now, was that for Bob Seger or Boz Scaggs? They're both Greatest Hits albums. Just let me know. Loverboy, Keep It Up, $14.99 for Loverboy. And Rush, A Show of Hands, $26.99. This feels like one of those new 200-gram pressings. It is. I can look at it just from the edge. $26.99. Those are new, $44.99. Rush is $26.99. Holly Safe wanted Bob Seger's Greatest Hits, not Boz Scaggs. Xanadu's at $75. And Pat Benatar, Wide Awake in Dreamland. Pat Benatar, $19.99. Rick Seagal, that is $14.99. I Love You Because You're Fat. Rick Seagal, $14.99. And there's the Iron Eagle 2 soundtrack. I don't know if I've ever seen Iron Eagle 2 soundtrack, $19.99. Brittany Fox is on there. Rick Springfield, Insiders, Doug's and the Slugs, $19.99. Xanadu 75. I'm about to sell the Eagles. John Dorsey gets the Rush. We have Fred Carnell. Rolling Stones is already sold. Garrett, you were second on Rush. Mike Bolton first on Loverboy. Holly Safe third on Rush. Bob Riger first on Pat Benatar. Xanadu's at $80. Eagles is sold to Daniel Bouziden for $55. That's sold to Daniel Bouziden for $55. Continuing. I don't think we have any new copies actually in stock. We don't. I don't think we have any new copies of that Rush album in stock. Next, Japanese pressing. Wow, this looks pretty killer. Queen, self-titled debut album, a Japanese pressing with Obi of Queen's self-titled debut album. Very, very cool. Let's take a look at it right quick. And it is your very nice, just stone, near mint minus, typical Japanese condition, Queen. This is going to be a $55 start. There's the LP. There's the Japanese insert. The cover, very nice with Obi. It has one little edge wear. It's not really a seam split, but there's a little bit of edge wear right there on the dead top of it, which is unusual because, as you'll know, about everything from Japan is very well. But we don't get that too often. As a US, a UK, a Brazil, Australian. Don't get that too often. Back up to the top. Xanadu was at 80. Bob got Pat Benatar. The next claim was GC on Iron Eagle 2. Denise, you were second on Pat Benatar. Queen is at 55.55. Henry's Choice is out on Xanadu. Cynthia Herdron has that for $80. Steve Winwood back in the high life. $14.99 for Steve Winwood. Star Wars, another Galactic Funk by Miko. That is $19.99. Journey, Frontiers, another really nice copy of Journey with the original inner sleeve. That's an original, $29.99 for Journey. Master Plan, New Wave Visual Radio Sales Support System. This is Christmas-related clips for radio. $14.99. Christmas-related clips for radio. Interesting. $14.99. Also, Steve Martin, Comedy is Not Pretty. That has got the poster with it. Steve Martin is $16.99. And Rush, 2112, a 1976 club copy of 2112, $49.99. Rush, 2112. Also, Loverboy, loving every minute of it. Loverboy is $14.99. So Queens at 55, Queens at 55. Stephen Freyu wants Star Wars and other Galactic Funk. Colin Butler wants Master Plan, and Holly Safe wants Rush 2112. Let's go ahead and sell Xanadu. We'll put up a new auction. Xanadu is sold to Cynthia Herdron for $80. Xanadu is now sold. Cynthia Herdron. Let me grab another Japanese pressing. Let's go back up to the top. I've been pulling those out of the back. Let's go to the front of the crate. Ooh, let's try this. Let's see how nice it is and how complete it is. It's been a while since I've had one of these. It's been a while. Every time I say those words, it's been a while, what immediately plays in your head, Tanner? Stained. Stained. Anytime I say that, it's been a while. That song starts playing in my head. Michael Jackson Thriller. This is the way I thought it would be. It's near mint, pristine, and complete. First, there's the Japanese insert that came with it. Here's the poster. So the Japanese booklet is also a poster. The Japanese booklet also comes into this poster here, which I've actually had a copy one time. See how it has like a line on it? I had a copy one time that someone had actually cut, which is just very unusual for anything from Japan to be damaged. But that was intended to be cut out and folded or unfolded and cut. The Japanese LP here is very, very nice. $55 start. And this is a top copy from Japan of Michael Jackson Thriller. $55 start on that. So the last thing I pulled was Rush, Craig. I've been wanting to put a Q in your name tonight. Craig Weatherford got Loverboy. GC was second. Queens at 60. Queens at 62. Next is, do you have any more copies of Disney Cars? I do not, but Tyler or Sandy, I can order that for you. Queen is at 65. MJ's at 55, 55, and 60. We have another Buku. This one's $21.99. Eric Singer? Nope, I don't see him on here. At least he's not in this lineup. Maybe he must have been on some earlier albums. No Eric Singer on that one either. Buku, $21.99. Steve Perry, Traces, a website exclusive on blue marbled vinyl, $49.99. Steve Perry of Journey, Traces, $49.99. And Huey Lewis and the New Sports, $26.99. Huey Lewis and the New Sports, the classic, $26.99. The Heart of Rock and Roll, I Want a New Drug, $26.99. That is Huey Lewis and the News, $26.99. Also, Bee Gees, Living Eyes, $14.99 for Bee Gees. Okay, back up to the top. So the last bit on Queen, I said, we had MJ at 55, MJ 55, MJ 60, Queens at 66, Michael Jackson 61, Michael Jackson 70, Denise Harrison on SM. SM was Steve Martin. That is so Denise Harrison. 75 on Michael Jackson, 67, 62, 62. We was already at 75. Colin, I've already pulled Master Plan for you. Michael Jackson, 77. Daniel Bouziden on Huey Lewis. That's so to Daniel Bouziden. James Ludwig wants a Dio action figure. Anybody else? I've got several more. There's a Dio action figure going to James Ludwig. Bert's out on Michael Jackson. Michelle's out on Queen. Michael Jackson, 76, 78, and now 80. And we have Pat Benatar, 7 the Hard Way, $19.99 for Pat Benatar. And Asia, their self-titled album, $17.99. Now, Queen, this one actually has a Q in it. Queen, self-titled, is at 65 with Michelle Miller. 65 with Holly Safe at 66. Holly has Queen at $66. That is the high bid. And Michael Jackson was at 80. Michael Jackson 81. Darren Wortman wants an outfield. That is so to Darren Wortman. Bobby Moyes wants a Pat Benatar. The DO figure is $24.99. The DO figure is $24.99. Rack and Julian, those are $24.99. New DO, they're made by Reaction Super 7. James Ludwig wants Asia. Holly Safe is at 82. Now 83 on Michael Jackson. We have Mickey, You're So Fine by Tony Basil or Basil. I think it's Basil. That's a promotional 12-inch single. Mickey, You're So Fine. That is $14.99. And Steve Martin, Dentist. I've never seen that. Steve Martin, Dentist. That's a promo, $11.99. You say Queen. Yeah, Queen. Queen. I'm not good with Q's. Queensryche. Queen. Craig Weatherford. I'm going to grab some of these other action figures I have over here. I'm just not good with speaking in general. Well, speaking fastly and multitasking. I can speak. Here's a few more figures. I have Bob 2 from Devo. I have Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo. And I have Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols. Those are all $24.99. New action figures. And they're unpunched. $24.99. There's Devo, and Johnny Rotten. Okay. We have Asia. We pulled that. Michael Jackson 83. Michael Jackson 85. Holly Safe first to Tony. That is so to Holly Safe. Holly also gets Steve Martin. James Rayner second. Julian third. Debbie's at 86 on Michael Jackson. Tyler, you were second on Mickey. Michael Jackson 88. And Michael Jackson 89. And my Mothersbaugh. Thank you, Mothersbaugh. Here's another one. You Can't Touch This. MC Hammer. You Can't Touch This. $14.99. That was kind of a hit. And Richard Marx is $14.99. Also, Rush, Grace Under Pressure. Call me crazy, but I like this one too. Well, let me just rephrase this. I like anything with the name Rush on it. $39.99. Rush, Grace Under Pressure. Let's see. So Queen was a final call. Queen self-titled. Now I've got this where I got this thing in my head that I'm not saying it right. Michelle was out. That's now a final call. It's been a while. 66 with Holly Safe. That's a final call. Now, Michael Jackson was at 89. Christopher Morris on Devo. Both Devo figures sold to Christopher Morris. Sold and sold. Christopher Morris. Michael Jackson 90. And then we had MC Hammer sold to Shawn Minkle. He was first on You Can't Touch This. Eddie Lau was second. Holly Safe third. Tim Turner fourth. Holly Safe first on Rush. Kara Bauer first on Richard Marx. Michael Jackson 91. Scott Richard Marx already sold. Michael Jackson 92. Queen is at 70. And we have Barry Manilow, If I Should Love Again. Barry Manilow, $9.99. Loverboy, Wildside. Hadn't shown that one in a while. Loverboy's $14.99. And Huey Lewis and the News, Small World. Shrink Wrap and Hop Sticker, $22.99. Original inner sleeve, $22.99 on that. And The Babies, Head First, $14.99 by The Babies, Head First. That's $14.99. Wow, Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes, 12-inch single with a gold stamp promo. Peter Gabriel, talk about a song. Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes from So, $19.99. Perfect Plan, Brace for Impact, $34.99. That's a limited edition to 200 Italian pressing. Perfect Plan, that's $34.99. Steve Martin, Wild and Crazy Guy, $14.99 for Martin. And the Rolling Stones, Undercover, a 1983 SRC original pressing with the merchandise insert. Wow, don't see that too often with the Stones merch insert. $34.99. Pretty cool. Subscribe to the Rolling Stones Beggar Banquet. I think that was what they called their fan club. Is that right? $34.99. Rolling Stones. All right. What else is in here? Oh, there's something else. That's the insert. Is there two of them? There's two of them. You get a bonus one. You can, if you have an extra copy of that, we might need to hang on to. We should have kept that other one, put it in with one of our other ones, because we probably got 200 more copies of that scattered throughout the back. Back up to the top, we had Queen at 72, Michael Jackson at 95, Queen at 75, Holly Safe first to PG. That was Peter Gabriel. That's sold to Holly. Mike Massey was second, Craig third, Colin fourth, Todd Tipton on that Loverboy, Wildside. That's sold to Todd Tipton. Queens at 76. Michelle Miller on SM. Steve Martin. Holly Safe on RS. That's for Rolling Stone. Cynthia was second. Michael Jackson 96 and Michael Jackson 100. We have a near mint and pristine Japanese pressing of Michael Jackson Thriller. It has Near Mint minus LP. It has the book and poster. It has the Japanese insert, perfect cover with Obi. That's now at the $100 mark with Holly Safe. Queen, this is a Japanese pressing. Has the lyric insert, Japanese insert with it. Queen is now at 76 also with Holly Safe. That's going once, going twice. And Denise, you were second to Steve Martin. Now, somebody asked me about a Red Fox. Do you have Fred Sanford Red Fox Funko? I do not. I am going to show some more Funkos tonight because I got one extra in. I hadn't shown some Funkos in a while, and we sell a lot of Funkos this time of year. Funkos and posters. Next to records, one of our biggest in-store sellers for sure. I'm going to take a drink of water right quick. And let's go through this crate one more time very quickly. Steve Winwood, Ark of a Diver, $14.99. Wild Cherry, Only the Wild Survive, White Label Promo, $19.99. Wings at the Speed of Sound, Near Mint Shrink Wrap, $34.99. Journey, Infinity, $29.99. Bob Skaggs, Greatest Hits, Lowdown, Lido Shuffle, $19.99. Also, Rick Siegel, I Love You Because You're Fat, $14.99. Debbie Winstead wants Wild Cherry. That's so to Debbie. Do you have any good Omens Funkos? I do not. Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life, $14.99. Cynthia's at 85 on Queen. We're not done on Queen, and Michael Jackson's now a final call for 100. Keith Hayden on Wings for $34.99. Keith, if you're a first-time buyer, thank you and welcome. I don't recognize your name, so if you're a first-time viewer with us, thank you and welcome. I've got Wings sold to you. Make sure you send our Facebook page a message for anybody else new that's watching. We do this every night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes we live stream on Sundays. We also sell silver, gold, coins, pocket knives, and other collectibles here. We do some of that stuff on Sundays about twice a month. Sometimes we're lucky to do it once a month. Usually Sundays is our rare downtime. But if we're live streaming on Sundays, it's usually coins, silver, gold, pocket knives, old currency. Sometimes I mix in sports cards and other collectibles. We invoice once a week. It's an all-day thing for us to do on Mondays. $7 in limited shipping for anything you buy on Monday through Saturday. So you can buy all week, $7. That includes our private group where we do pre-orders, flip crates, and discounts. All that combines. Funkos, posters. We do a $7 flat rate charge unless there's something too big. You know, there's some exceptions. If you buy a big, large item, we'll have to negotiate shipping, but we usually do it at cost plus small handling fee. Holly Safe on Steve Winwood. Joe Maynard, you were second. Actually, you know what? There's two different Steve Winwoods. Holly, you're first. Joe Maynard wants Ark of a Diver. Holly, let me know if you want Back in the High Life or Ark of a Diver. You're first, and then Joe Maynard second. We'll pull both of those out for pending. We're still bidding on Michael Jackson and Queen. We have another Journey Frontiers left, or another Journey album, Frontiers, $29. Another Buku for $21.99. Steve Perry, a website exclusive on Blue Marble Vinyl. Speaking of Journey, Steve Perry, this is $49.99. That's a website exclusive. In the back, we got some of the autographs from him, too. We got some Steve Perry autographs we just got in. Holly Safe wants Back in the High Life. That works out good. That means we can give Ark of Diver to Joe Maynard. So Holly gets the first one here. Joe Maynard gets the one on top. Also, we have BG's Living Guys, $14.99. Barry Manilow is $9.99. Huey Lewis is $22.99. The Babies is $14.99. And Perfect Plan, Brace for Impact, $34. If anybody wants anything in there, let me know. Bob calls us the most dangerous place in all of Facebook. It is dangerous if you like records because we sell a few every week, and we appreciate all of our loyal customers. I did a thank you post earlier. I think far as quantity, we sold more than we ever have last week, and on sales, it was pretty much also one of the best weeks we've ever had. So that's thanks to y'all for tuning in week after week. And if you're a record collector, you found the right place. I kind of like to think we specialize in premium collections. So we've got to the point where if we buy a big collection, we travel for it. We're looking for very high-end records. We try to only put out the best stuff we can find. We get Japanese stuff. I try to think of us as trying to get the best premium quality LPs. We do sell discount stuff. We'll have some stuff tonight for $7 that's in VG condition, but we're trying to get to where we just have very good high quality LPs, and they're available for sale every night right here. So I've always learned in anything, try to go with quality for sure. So that's what I like collecting. That's what I like selling, whether it's near mint shrink wrap, Japanese, autographed. That's the kind of stuff I like. It is at a premium. It's very good stuff. Usually we clean everything, we check everything. I like records myself, so it's a perfect thing for me to be doing every night. Most of the stuff I'm like regret that I sell every night, especially these autographs we've been selling. Debbie Winstead gets the babies. Queens at 112, Queens at 115, Queens at 116, Queens at 118, Queens at 120, Queens at 123. Tanner, if you get a free moment, which I know you don't have many, why don't we grab some of the Iron Maiden figures we have that's on that back wall? The Iron Maiden. We got some Iron Maiden action figures too. No one wanted Johnny Rotten. Let me go grab another Dio. That I need to sell some other figures tonight because we got a bunch in. Let me grab another Dio. Who else do I have over here? I got more Dios. Wow, I got even more from this last shipment. We might want to grab some of those monsters we got back there too. Let me grab some Music Funkos. Oh, I bet this guy sell. And we got one of him. Let me grab some Funkos here. I got lots of Harry Potters. I've got Dobby the House Elf, Luna Lovegood, Gilderoy Lockhart, Hermione Granger, Ron Weasley, Albus Dumbledore. I've recently become a Harry Potter fan. I'm like collecting all the Lego sets. It's consuming a lot of my time and finances trying to buy all the Harry Potter Lego sets. One thing after another. The Rock, $14.99. The Rock. Queen Elizabeth. We went from WWF to Parliament. There's Queen Elizabeth. That's my last one. Elvis, Blue Hawaii Elvis, $14.99. My role model, Stone Cold Steve Austin, $14.99. I've got some embarrassing pictures of me as a kid shooting the camera a middle finger because I was a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. Aretha Franklin in her classic green dress. That's from that Soul 69 album cover. There's Dio, if you missed it earlier, $24.99. And there's Werewolves of London. Werewolf of London. I said werewolves. I got Warren Zevon. Werewolf of London, $24.99. $24.99 on that. So there's some new Funkos. These all go in your order for combined shipping. There's a small sample of a few we have. The Rock, Stone Cold, Elvis, Queen Elizabeth, Dio, and Werewolf of London. Those are all still available. Hamburglar. Yes, Jerry, I got you a Hamburglar. I actually had you on a waiting list, but I thought I'd already gave you one. So I guess I need to pull one for you. But yes, I do have the Hamburglar. We also got some candy in today. We got Twizzlers and Jolly Ranchers in. I'll show those in just a second. All right, so we have Queen at 115, Queen at 116, Queen at 118, Queen at 120, Queen 123, Queen 125, Queen 128, Queen 129, Queen 131. I have no Simpsons. Cynthia Herdron wants a Queen Elizabeth. That's sold to Cynthia Herdron, Queen Elizabeth. We have Stephen A. Young, second on Queen Elizabeth. That was out of stock for a long time. If anybody wants on a waiting list, let me know. There's one sold to Cynthia. We'll put Stephen A. Young on a waiting list if he's okay with that. Holly Safe wants an Aretha Franklin. I've got more of those if anybody else wants one. Carlene Rollins wants the Rock. That's sold to Carlene Rollins. Holly Safe is going to take one of the Dio figures. I've still got, I thought I had 5, but I had 2 more, so now I have 6 left. There's a Dio to Holly Safe. Any other monsters? Yes, I think Tanner went and just got some more. We do have some other monsters. Steve Martinelli says he'll take the Wolf and Dio. So Tanner, there's a Wolf, there's a Werewolf. The Dios are still behind the counter. So Tanner will get you a Dio. And condolences on becoming a Harry Potter fan. That's an expensive habit. I know. Now, last night I was looking at movie posters. I was like, oh no, here we go. Here we go. Down another line, down another road of collectibles. Charlie Leeds on Stone Cold. That's sold to Charlie Leeds. There a Grimace Funko. I think there is. No, I don't know. I don't think I've seen Grimace. And Colin Butler. The monster figures are $24.99. I don't know what other ones I have, though. I have Frankenstein. So the only thing not claimed there is Elvis. That is $14.99. And yes, these will be shipped with your LPs. These will be shipped with your LPs. There's Elvis. I'll go grab a bunch more in just a second. We need to bring out some... I've had record customers ask me about Christmas silver, which I don't really have any. I have some Coca-Cola silver in stock. There's people been looking for Christmas silver. I'm trying to lock in a wholesale rate on some Christmas silver for those that buy Christmas silver for people, like 1-ounce silver rounds. We're about to get some, but a lot of people's been buying these Coca-Cola Christmas bars and rounds that we have in stock. If anybody's interested in those, let me know. So Elvis, a Soda Blade Singletary, and some of those we sold out of. I have more on hand. I've got more Aretha's. I've got another Stone Cold. I have no more Queen Elizabeth. I've got one more Rock, and I'll show some other stuff in just a second. We need to update these auctions. We have Queen because Chad Williams said so. That's right. Cynthia Herdron is at 131 on Queen. That was the last bid. Holly Safe, let me know if you want back in. Cynthia's at 131. Cynthia's at 131. And Michael Jackson Thriller, Cynthia Herdron at 131. Cynthia Herdron's at Cynthia was at 131 on Queen. I got to go way up here for Michael Jackson. Holly Safe had it for 107. Are we done on Michael Jackson? Who was the backup bidder? Denise Harrison. Let me know if you want back in on Michael Jackson. Holly has that for 107. These have been up for a while, but they're still getting bids. Any Eddies? I don't think I have any Eddie Van Halen left. I'll start showing some more in just a second. I've got a crate of new vinyl to go through, and this is really cool. I've never shown it before. Susie and the Banshees, Once Upon a Time, the singles. That's an official pressing. I feel like most of the Susie and the Banshees stuff we get is unofficial. This is Susie and the Banshees. That's a singles collection on clear vinyl, $36.99. I've only got 2 copies. First time I've ever shown that. Susie and the Banshees, the singles collection. Susie and the Banshees. I got 2 of those, and I can get more if anybody else wants one. $36.99. So, back up to the top. We need to pull a Frankenstein for Stephen Martinelli. We will go get those in just a second. Did Funko ever make Aerosmith the Deep Purple? They've made Aerosmith, I'm pretty sure, but I've never seen Deep Purple Funkos, to my knowledge. Holly's at 135 on Queen. Queen's at 138. Queen's at 140. Michael Jackson, 110. And then these 2 Susie and the Banshees are sold. Cynthia Herdron got a Susie and the Banshees. Holly Safe got a Susie and the Banshees. Oh, Eddie from Iron Maiden. I don't have any more Iron Maiden Funkos. Yeah, we got that 4-pack up there, Tanner, actually. And there's those. Okay, I'll show those in just a second. So let's start a waiting list for Susie and the Banshees. This is sold to Cynthia Herdron and Holly Safe. Mel Moss was next. I'm going to put you on a waiting list, Mel Moss. We will have those in later. And we've got 2 copies back in stock of Soundgarden. That is Super Unknown. Soundgarden, $46.99. $46.99. And I'm pretty sure we had 1 person on a waiting list for this. Soundgarden, Jeff Williams, which we can't sell to him anymore because he just canceled his order. So let me just go ahead and cross out his name, Tanner. 46. So I got 2 copies. Soundgarden, $46.99 for Soundgarden. So that is $46.99. Tyler Joseph or Josh Dunn. I do not have those. No, sorry, I don't have those. Blade needs to put back the Elvis Funko. He already has that one. Chad, Grant, I'm going to keep that at sticker price right now, but if you're watching later tonight, let me know. Queen 145, Queen 148. Denise is out on Michael Jackson. That means this is another final call. Denise was the second bidder. Holly Safe has that for 112 now. That's a final call. Queen's at 150. Joe, I will write down that title, but I don't think I can. And then these 2 Soundgardens are sold to James Lugwood and Holly Safe. Queen is at 153. I got a restock of Led Zeppelin In Through the Outdoor. I'm going to see what waiting list I had for Led Zeppelin. I did have some waiting lists because we sold out this week of Led Zeppelin. I've only got a waiting list for presents and 3. So In Through the Outdoor is up for grabs. Led Zeppelin In Through the Outdoor, $31.99. Led Zeppelin In Through the Outdoor, $31.99. I also got a restock of Queensryche Operation Mindcrime. That's a 2LP Queensryche. Let me look that one up right quick. Queensryche Operation, what is that one? Operation, yeah, there was 1 person, Chris Sheridan. So Chris, I've got you an Operation Mindcrime pulled. Chris Sheridan, and I've got 1 extra if anybody else wants it. Holly Safe wants a Led Zeppelin, and yes, I've got 1 bin of Christmas to go through later tonight. Tanner has handed me some figures. There's Creature from the Black Lagoon, and there's Frankenstein. Those are $24.99. I also have a side collection of Frankenstein stuff going. I got a life-size Frankenstein statue here in the store. I've been trying to buy some older Frankenstein toys and merch over the years, and it's always been expensive. I've just always liked Frankenstein stuff. $24.99. There's Creature from the Black Lagoon and Frankenstein. Now, earlier, somebody said, I'll take a Frankenstein and Dracula. I don't have any Draculas, but Michelle Miller says she'll take a Frankenstein. And so, Tanner, there's a Frankenstein and a Creatures. Heather Feather wants Mindcrime. Let's go ahead and pull that for Heather Feather. Mindcrime and Queensryche is $46.99. $46.99. And looks like we're going to have to go get some more creatures because we have Heather Feather on Mind Crime. I'll show the Elvis in 1 second. Michelle gets the creatures in Frankenstein. Stephen Martinelli also wants the creatures. We've got more of those. And Led Zeppelin's $31.99. Never had this before. I've seen it in stock. For some reason, I've never ordered it. Last Christmas, featuring George Michael and Wham. That is $36.99. Last Christmas, $36.99. It's all George Michael and Wham music, including the famous Christmas song, of course, Last Christmas. And that's the only way to get that on new vinyl, $36.99. Soundgarden, I haven't had this in a long time. Soundgarden is $46.99. I've only got one copy. That's called King Animal. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Soundgarden, $46.99. Jelly Roll, Lil White and Jelly Roll, no filter. 2 LP, $44.99 for Jelly Roll. And Led Zeppelin Presence. Now, we had a waiting list for this. Led Zeppelin Presence is a 180-gram remaster, $31.99 for Led Zeppelin Presence. I've already got 2 people on a waiting list. One is Jeff Williams, so never mind on him, and James Lugwood. So James Lugwood, I'm going to go ahead and pull you out a Led Zeppelin Presence, and I have 1 copy, 3 copies left if anybody else wants one. Led Zeppelin Presence. Carlene got Last Christmas. Let me go ahead and pull that. Let me hold off on Led Zeppelin then for a second so I get all these in order. That way I don't mess up my mind or Tanner. We have Carlene on Last Christmas. That's sold to Carlene Rollins. Next is Heather Feather needs to put back Sgt. Pepper's from earlier. If anybody wants that, it's a new remaster. Sgt. Pepper's EX condition, $24.99. If you want on a waiting list, yes, if you want a waiting list for Last Christmas, just let me know. Last Christmas is $36.99. We have a waiting list now with Michelle Miller. Preston Denny wants both copies of Jelly Roll. There's one sold to Preston. There's another one sold to Preston. And there is the Led Zeppelin Presence that I said for James Lugwood. And that was a waiting list. That was a waiting list. Okay. We also have some auctions to end. But first, let me move these figures out of the way. We have Eddie Munson from Stranger Things. And then there's the the Iron Maiden 4-pack. But first, let's go ahead and sell Michael Jackson so we can put up some new auctions. There was some wars for these. They are finally done, though. Holly Safe gets that for $112, and I think we were done on Queen. Holly was out on Queen. That sold to Cynthia for $153. So those are sold. Those are sold. Now, we have an Iron Maiden 4-pack. This is actually an exclusive from one of our distributors. It glows in the dark. You have the Live After Death Eddie, the Seventh Son Eddie, Knights of the Dead Eddie, and Somewhere in Time Eddie. That's a 4-pack, and those are $56.99. 4 Funkos there, $56.99. Those all glow in the dark. I've got 1, 2, maybe 3 of those. Rockstar Eddie. This is from Mini Epics. They're actually about to release a set of Kiss figures like this that look like this size. I've got to get the pre-order up. They're putting out this WETA, W-E-T-A, WETA Workshop. They're making a set of Kiss figures through my distributor. I'm going to post a pre-order for that. But this is Eddie Munson, of course, from Stranger Things Season 4, from the Master Puppets famous scene now, $39.99. That is $39.99. Eddie Munson, and then there's the Iron Maiden 4-pack. Okay, so we got down to the bottom. We sold the 2 Jelly Rolls, and now we have Iron Maiden sold to Holly and James Lugwood also. I've got another one for sure because I know there's one in the back somebody didn't pay for that I canceled 2 nights ago. So let's tag that one for Holly. James, you will for sure definitely get one. And we got an Eddie Munson sold to Holly. If anybody else wants one, let me know. So those are really cool. Yeah, they do a good job. They do Lord of the Rings stuff too. That's right. I've ordered some of that before. We've sold it here in the store very well. Okay. We need 2 new auctions, but first, let me show a few new LPs. We have a restock of Empire from Queensryche, $46.99, Queensryche Empire, and there's the How the Grinch Stole Christmas on green vinyl. I think there may have been a waiting list for that. If not, there's 3 copies there. Grinch, that's on green vinyl. Let me look it up. And actually, there's not a waiting list. So I've got 3 copies of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That is the original, the Boris Karloff. Speaking of Frankenstein, that's the Boris Karloff narration, and then the music, $36.99. I've got 3 of those. Is this Presence Expanded? No, Presence is the standard single LP remaster, $31.99. Holly gets a Queensryche, and Chris Sheridan wants a Grinch. So does Holly and Becky Lerner. All those are sold. Grinch, Grinch, and Grinch. Okay, so 3 copies of Presence left. Let's put up some new Japanese auctions. It's been a while. Next is going to be Faces, Snakes and Ladders, the best of Faces, and the Vision Quest soundtrack. These are both going to be, well, let me take a look at them first. This is Rod Stewart and Faces, the best of Faces. This is a Japanese pressing with Obi. That's going to be a $45 start. That's Rod Stewart and the best of Faces. Stay with me. $45 start. The vinyl is near mint and pristine. Extremely nice Japanese vinyl. There's the LP. And it has a Japanese lyric insert with it as well. $45 start for Faces with Obi. If anybody wants on a waiting list for Grinch, let me know. I'm definitely going to order more of those. Most of these Christmas restocks were supposed to be for in-store shopping as well. And guess what? We have went through and almost sold every one of them. And we're sold out of everything except Charlie Brown. So Vision Quest. Let's do this for a $45 start as well. Japanese pressing of Vision Quest. It's near mint minus and pristine. It has the Japanese insert with it. It has the cover and Obi, and Vision Quest is a $45 start. So the three Grinches went to Chris, Holly, and Becky. Anthony Gray, you was on a waiting list. There's another Queensryche we haven't had in a while. That is $33.99. That's actually a 2LP, Condition Human, and Bing Crosby. Christmas Classics, $33. That is Bing Crosby, new and sealed Christmas Classics, $33.99. Here's a few more figures that I have not shown tonight. First, we have the very famous SpongeBob, the Band Geek SpongeBob, Sweet Sweet Destiny, $24.99. What an amazing scene from SpongeBob. Also, Lemmy from Motorhead with his bass guitar there and amp. Lemmy's actually $29.99. Lemmy's a little bit more. Must have cost a little bit more to have that copyrighted. And then there's Alice Cooper, and Alice glows in the dark. Alice glows in the dark. Him and his snake there. He's got a couple of snakes. No, he's got a microphone and a snake. That is $24.99. So there's Motorhead, SpongeBob, and Lemmy. Alice Cooper, Lemmy, and SpongeBob. Those are all available. Okay, back up to the top. Show the Iron Maiden 4-pack Funko. I will show that. Jerry Stone wants to see that again. Back up to the top. So that was Jerry. Holly Safe wants Queensryche. Michelle Miller on Bing Crosby. We have some claims on these figures. Holly Safe wants a Lemmy. Was there another one back there, Tanner? If so, we need to pull one for Brandon Jackson, and Michelle Miller wants SpongeBob. Was that the only Lemmy? That was the only Lemmy. So Brandon Jackson, if you're okay, I will put you on a waiting list, and Alice Cooper still available for $24.99. One Bing Crosby left, and we did get a restock of Queens of the Stone Age, Songs for the Deaf. Any more Dio figures? Yes, Sam Squanch wanted one. I don't know if you caught that, Tanner. Did you pull one from Sam Squanch? Okay, Sam Squanch, we've got yours pulled. 2 Dio figures left, unless there's one over here on this table of other action. Yeah, I've got 4 left, actually, and that's counting his. Let me walk around the store and grab some more Funkos. No one else wanted Aretha, so I'm going to leave that over here. Nobody else on Stone Cold or The Rock or Elvis. Let me go ahead and pull Jerry's Hamburglar right now. I better pull Jerry's Hamburglar. There's U2 The Edge. I'm trying to just do music-themed ones right now. I have all kinds of other ones. I've got everything from baseball players to Coca-Cola cans. So let me grab a sampler here. All the music-related ones first. We've done a couple of wrestlers, but let me walk around here and grab another handful of music-related Funkos. So this one was very popular. We've almost sold a case, which is 36. We're down just to a few of them, I think. Megadeth, Vic Rattlehead. These are $14.99. There's Megadeth, Vic Rattlehead from Rust in Peace. Michael Jackson. I have 2 of these left. Michael Jackson doing the lean there. $14.99 for MJ. Snoop Dogg, $14.99. He's got his cane and big gold rings and microphone. And U2 The Edge. U2's The Edge. And I think I have Larry Mullen Jr. I don't have Bono. I had Adam Clayton, but I don't see him. So we have half of U2. There's The Edge. And then Jerry Stone, I'm going to go ahead and put your name on there. There's Jerry Stone's Hamburglar. Well, that makes me want a double cheeseburger. Go ahead and put Jerry Stone's name on that. There's the Dio figures. Dio figures are $24.99. Dio figures are $24.99. And I actually have one of these left. It's called, who makes these? They are made by Axe Heaven. It's a replica Stevie Ray Vaughan guitar, 1/4 scale, very well detailed of Stevie's famous Stratocaster. That is $39.99. $39.99. And I used to sell a bunch of these Axe Heaven guitars. I haven't stocked them in a long time, but about a year ago this time, we were selling a ton of Axe Heaven guitars. So Let me figure out the waiting list for Queens of the Stone Age right quick, because I know for sure not all those are available. Queens of the Stone Age, the waiting list for Queens of the Stone Age was Patty Kay and Holly Safe. So 2 of these are already sold, Patty Kay and Holly Safe. Let me go ahead and pull those out. And David Schroeder wants one. So that is sold to David Schroeder. That is sold to David Schroeder. Those 2 were already pre-sold. That one's sold to David. Stephen Martinelli says he'll take the Iron and Alice. Iron, that was the Iron Maiden, is that right? And Alice Cooper, are you referring to this right here, the Alice Cooper glow-in-the-dark figure, and maybe the Iron Maiden 4-pack? Is that what you're talking about, the Iron Maiden 4-pack? Next is Holly, you had already got a Queens of the Stone Age. Scott Vanek says he'll take the Edge. That is sold to Scott Vanek. There's the Edge. Rack Y wants the Vic Rattlehead. Do we have information from Rack Y? Rack, you bought from us before, right? Rack Y, R-A-Q. And Mike Bolton wants a Snoop Dogg and a Vic Rattlehead. I've got more Vic Rattleheads for sure. I know I actually had 2 or 3 last night that I canceled. I think where I posted the original pre-order months and months ago. We had a few people pre-order that never did pay for them. New people. So I've got a few extras in the back. So let's tag those. That is sold to Mike Bolton. And we need another one for GC. They're in the back, or they're either behind the wooden display there, or there's for sure some more in the back. I know there was a pack of them. David Schroeder wants a Dio. That's sold to David Schroeder. Shane Devers wants that SRV guitar. And if we get a second, I need to see that 4-pack of Iron Maiden again. And Stephen Martinelli said yes. So Stephen wants a 4-pack of Iron Maiden, and Jerry Stone says he may want one. So nobody got MJ. There's Michael Jackson, $14.99. And I'm down to 3 Dio figures. I'm down to 3 Dio figures, and those are $24.99. Okay, so that was a busy crate, I guess, counting all the figures there. Let's update these auctions. I don't think anybody's bid. The Best of Faces, Snakes and Ladders, that's a $45 start, final call. And so is the Vision Quest soundtrack. That's a final call for $45. Here's what's left in this bin. Led Zeppelin, In Through the Outdoor, $31.99. I still have Soundgarden, King Animal, $46.99. Led Zeppelin Presents is $31.99. And there's one Bing Crosby left, Christmas Classics, $33.99. That's what's left. I'm going to condense that with our other new vinyl from tonight. And that's what's left. So before we go any further, I have a whole nother crate. And David Schroeder. Did we pull David Schroeder a Dio, Tanner? Do we have a tag for David Schroeder on Dio? I've sold so many to so many different people now, I'm not really for sure anymore. Tanner's going to look right now. It's been pretty, yeah, right here. I see it right here. I'm going to go ahead before it gets much later and show the last crate of new vinyl because I like showing that as soon as possible so we can get the waiting list done. And then I have another crate that just has 2. So I'm bringing over a whole new crate. And then I have another crate, but it only has 2 titles. It was a big restock. It was a big restock of something, and it's a new release. So here's the last crate of new vinyl, and as you can tell, it's mostly Led Zeppelin. First, this was a special order for somebody. If anybody else wants one, let me know. This is Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti, the Super Deluxe, and I think this was a special order for Bob Dorco. Is that right? Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti. If anybody else wants one, they're actually still in stock. That is the Super Deluxe of Physical Graffiti, $179.99. Led Zeppelin box set of Physical Graffiti, $179.99. If anybody else wants me to special order you one, please let me know. And Tanner, I'll take a look at that actually. I'll take that right now because Jerry Stone wants to see it one more time. This is Live After Death, Seventh Son, Knights of the Dead, and Somewhere in Time, Iron Maiden's 84-pack. I'm going to try to get the guy, the artist, I've already forgot his name. I think I've emailed, did I email his website? I think I'm going to try to get him here first of the year to do an in-store signing. He was in Gallatin at Town Square earlier this year. I'm going to try to get him here. Holly says she'll take a Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti. We'll have to order her one. Jelly Roll. We have a restock of Ballads of the Broken, $29.99. Jelly Rolls, $29.99. And we had a restock of Led Zeppelin 2. Led Zeppelin 2. So there's a lot of Led Zeppelin restocks in here. If you could let me know as specifically as possible which Led Zeppelin you want, because we had Presents, which we've already pulled, and then there's Led Zeppelin 2. I don't have any Wu-Tang, and I don't have any Danzig. Nope, unfortunately not. Billy Idol, California FM broadcast, 1990. Billy Idol, I think, let me check over here. Billy Idol. Any waiting list for Billy Idol? And there's no waiting list for Billy Idol. I've got only one for sale. California FM 1990, $33.99. And I had a restock of Primus Rhinoplasty. Primus is $39.99. Rhinoplasty. Let me double check on Primus waiting list. I got a waiting list for pork soda, and that's it. So Rhinoplasty, $39.99 for Primus. That is available if anybody wants it. Jason Short wants a Jelly Roll, Ballads of the Broken. That's sold to Jason Short. Debbie Winston gets the Billy Idol. And Cynthia, if you're okay with a waiting list, let me know. Cynthia, if you're okay with a waiting list, let me know. The track list is Eyes Without a Face, White Redding, LA Woman, Flesh for Fantasy, Do Not Stand in the Shadows, Rebel Yell, Cradle of Love, Sweet 16, Moni Moni, and Prodigal Blues. That sounds pretty cool. And we have Led Zeppelin. That is the new clear vinyl. That's the Led Zeppelin 4 on clear vinyl. $33.99 for Led Zeppelin 4 on clear vinyl. Cynthia says she's good with a waiting list. Darren, the wait list may have been filled last week, so you might want to check your most recent invoice. David Coverdale and Jimmy Page, the studio broadcast, the 1993 tour rehearsal. So this is actually a studio recording of David Coverdale and Jimmy Page before they went out on tour. It's like a live studio concert, so it's very good quality, extremely good quality actually. And I'm over here grabbing a few more Funkos, and I'm going to grab 5 more. The only thing left over from the last stack was Michael Jackson, which I was... Oh, Tanner's brought me some stuff too. Okay. First, this is the last one I have of this. This is Halo Master Chief. Halo, that's $14.99. We have a Coca-Cola can. That's $14.99. Twizzlers, pack of Twizzlers there. That's a $14.99. And then Frank Zappa. My last Zappa is $14.99. And Dude Love, also known as Mankind, $14.99. So Twizzlers, Coca-Cola, Halo, Zappa, and Dude Love, $14.99. Let me make sure there wasn't a waiting list actually for Coverdale. There may have been actually. Nope, that's already been filled. So no waiting list for Coverdale Page, $39.99. That's been a big seller for us as of late. Susie and the Banshees, Jumpin' Jacks, $44.99. And I know for sure there's a waiting list for that. Susie and the Banshees, and I was like, for the life of me, could not look that up, and I was spelling Susie not like the way they spell it. I was like, why can I not find this? There's actually 3 people on a waiting list, so I think all these have been sold. Susie and the Banshees, these have already been pre-sold, all 3 of them. If anybody else wants on a waiting list, let me know. Darren says he's already got a Billy Idol. Okay, good. Yeah, so if sometimes waiting lists have been filled on previous invoices. If I say there was no waiting list, that means it's probably already been filled on a previous invoice. Fred Carnell, Zachary P., and Kelly Gabney. These have already been sold to Zachary P., Fred Carnell, and Kelly Gabney. Travis Wade, I'll put you on a waiting list. I definitely can get more of those. I don't know why only 3 came in, though. Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti, $44.99 for Physical Graffiti. And I also have Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy, $31.99. Now, we also got Led Zeppelin 3, and there was a waiting list for Led Zeppelin 3. The waiting list for Led Zeppelin 3 was Holly Safe and James Ludwig. So I'm going to go ahead and set 2 out, and I've got 2 extras to sell. So those have already been sold, and I've got 2 extras for Led Zeppelin 3. Travis on Susie and the Banshees wait list. Cynthia was second. Sean Mankel wants Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti. Now, let's end these auctions. They've been up for a while. Faces, Snakes and Ladders, the best of Faces, and Vision Quest, those are $45 buy it nows. Those are $45 buy it nows. That's Faces and Vision Quest. I'll put up 2 new auctions in just a second. I'm trying to finish up this crate. We got a restock of Steely Dan Gaucho. Steely Dan Gaucho is $36.99. That's the newest release from the Steely Dan reissue campaign. Let me make sure there's nobody on a waiting list for that. One person, Homeland Conspiracy. Homeland Conspiracy, I'm going to go ahead and set you one out. Let's sell Daniel Buzide and the Vision Quest for $45. And let's pull one of those out for Homeland Conspiracy. And that means I have 1 extra. Steely Dan Gaucho. 2 copies of Collective Soul 7-Year Itch. This is the first time this has been released on vinyl. It's a Collective Soul Greatest Hits. A Collective Soul Greatest Hits. I'm searching Collective in my spreadsheet. I don't see a waiting list. Let me search Soul. De La Soul, which is an old one. I can go ahead and delete that. Nobody's on a waiting list for De La Soul. So, yeah, no waiting list. So I've got 2 extras. This is $33.99. That is available for vinyl, and that is a collector's sold greatest hits. 3 copies of No Doubt. 3 copies of No Doubt, $33.99. The Beacon Street Collection. No Doubt, also first time on vinyl. Yeah, that's the first time Collector's Soul's also been on vinyl, and this is the first time No Doubt. So right now, there's 3 people on a waiting list for No Doubt, actually. Paul Beal, Paul Brothers, and Craig Ruth, and I've only got 3 copies. So these are all sold. No Doubt is sold. Paul Beal, Paul Brothers, and what was that third name I just sold? Short-term memory loss. Craig Ruth. So those 3 are sold. No Doubt, No Doubt, No Doubt. If anybody else wants one, let me know. I'll order you one. I'm sure I can still get them. Not sure for why only 3 came in, though. And here's a Christmas album, Mr. Hankey's Christmas Classics from South Park, $28.99. Mr. Hankey's Christmas Classics. There's 2 here, but there's another one in the back. I know exactly where it is. And we have Led Zeppelin 1, their self-titled debut, $31.99 for Led Zeppelin. Hendry says he'll take a Led Zeppelin Presence. That's from the last bin. Can't go wrong there. Achilles' Last Stand, For Your Life. Got some great music on it. Led Zeppelin. So that is sold. And Jason Short wants a Led Zeppelin 1. So this crate was mostly Led Zeppelin restocks, but let me go through it one more time. Got to have the Led Zeppelin for the store, one of our biggest sellers here. And Jelly Roll, $29.99. Led Zeppelin 2, $31.99. Promise is $39.99. This is Led Zeppelin 4 on clear vinyl. The Coverdale Jimmy Page studio broadcast. Physical Graffiti, House of the Holy, Led Zeppelin 3, 1 Steely Dan Gaucho, 1 Collective Soul. Still got Mr. Hankey's Christmas Classics and Led Zeppelin 1. Those are all still available. I'm going to put away these other Funkos. I had Frank Zappa, Dude Love, the Coca-Cola can, the Twizzlers pack, and Halo. I'm going to put these over here so I can put up some new auctions and bring over some other stuff. I'll bring over a few more, but I may just read off a couple more that I have over here. I've got Sonny Clorione. I have Michael Clorione. And I have Vito Clorione. I have the Godfather legacy there. They haven't made a Fredo. I don't guess anybody wants Fredo. He's too feeble. And Tanner has reminded me I have not shown these items right here. Let me show them now. I have Godzilla for $24.99. Godzilla 1962 Godzilla. That is $24.99. That's also a Super 7 Reaction, $24.99. And we have a gigantic Jimi Hendrix Funko Gold. That's like a 12-inch Jimi Hendrix. That is $39.99. Jimi Hendrix Funko Gold. Jimi Hendrix there. That's like a 12-inch figure from Funko Gold. So there's Hendrix and there's Godzilla. Those are $24 for Godzilla and $39.99 for Hendrix. What Led Zeppelin do you have? We have all of them. We have Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, 4, House of the Holy. Song Remains the Same. Presence. In Through the Outdoor. Did I miss any? Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, 4, House of the Holy. Physical Graffiti. I didn't name off Physical Graffiti. We have all of them. Holly wants a Led Zeppelin Presence. We've already got you one pulled. You was already on a waiting list. Coda. We have Coda somewhere. Anthony Gray wants House of the Holy. This is sold to Anthony Gray. And Holly wants SRS. What was SRS? Holly, I'm pretty sure you was already on a waiting list for Presence. You was on that one earlier I named off. You may have not been watching at that moment. Zeppelin. Zeppelin, Chad. Yes. No. That was Jeff and James. So Holly does need a Presence. I thought somebody claimed one live, but I guess not. Holly, you're going to get one now. And then what was SRS? How much was the 4-pack Funko? That is $56.99. Song Remains the Same. That's a box set, which is right here, right? No, that's Winger. I thought that was Led Zeppelin. We don't have that on hand, but I can get you one. I do have a deluxe Led Zeppelin 3. I bet somebody would want that. It's on the shelf. I have a deluxe Led Zeppelin 3, a box set. The Led Zeppelins are either 31 or 40. Presence is 44. The rest of them are 31. The rest of them are 31. All right. So we have another crate of new vintage arrivals to show. I'm going to go ahead and set it on the table. But right now, I'm going to put up 2 new auctions. Man, it's been doing so much other stuff, I've kind of forgot about these. This one looks really nice, and so does this one. Let's put up these 2 right here. Wow, a couple premium Japanese Obies being brought out late. Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only a Piano Player, and Goat Head Soup. Do you have an Aussie Diary of a Madman puzzle? I do. I've got Aussie puzzles. Hey, Twisted Sister. Oh, I forgot about these other Iron Maiden figures. So I actually have some other Iron Maiden action figures here. Let me show these. And I have one Dee Snider left from Twisted Sister. I've only got one of these. Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. That's $24.99. And I've got these 4 Iron Maidens. They all glow in the dark. They're $19.99. They glow in the dark. They're new from Reaction Super 7. We have Power Slave, Pharaoh Eddie, Aces High, Pilot Eddie, the Trooper, Soldier Eddie, and Killers, Killer Eddie. These are all $19.99. So we have Killers, we have the Trooper, we have Aces High, and we have Power Slave. Those are all glow in the dark, and that's all 4 I have. And I have additional. I have a factory case left of at least all of them. I've had these for a while. I've been selling them and selling them. If anybody wants all 4 of those, let me know. Those are $19.99 each. Also, Led Zeppelin here. This is, Denise said she'll take it, the deluxe Led Zeppelin. This was $159.99, Led Zeppelin 3. Denise, I'm confirming this is sold to you. Denise Harrison, you get the Led Zeppelin 3 deluxe. We need to show the Ozzy puzzles. We'll show those to Roger. He for sure wants one, but I'll bring him over here. And Steven wants all 4 Iron Maidens. Holly wants all 4 Iron Maidens. And Chris Sheridan wants the Aces High Pilot Eddie. That's sold to Chris Sheridan. Okay. Here's our last crate of new vintage stuff for tonight. And then we're going to move into some on sale stuff. But this is the new crate of stuff that Paul has marked. I do have another House of the Holy. Yes. I've got, I don't think we've sold out of any Zeppelins yet. Well, we may be down to some 1 copies, but whatever we do sell out of, I'm going to order more. Led Zeppelin production has really ramped up. All 3 of my major distributors have more than 500 pieces of Led Zeppelin in stock of all their albums. They're kind of like Metallica. I think their label has gotten tired of selling out. Metallica and Led Zeppelin right now, every one of their albums, they're all in stock. I think they have said, listen, we're not going to run out again. They have pressed and pressed these Zeppelin albums where they're in stock. That and Metallica, it's the most I've ever seen in stock in a long time. And same way with Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd stuff now is always in stock because I think they've said, listen, we have got to just keep pressing this stuff so we don't run out. It's kind of like us ordering it. We keep on running out, and I'm like, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and order 20 copies of it. And that's probably what I'll do after tonight. That's why I wanted to get some waiting lists. So, okay. Let's see here. So Chris Sheridan got Aces High. John Smetzer, he'll take House of the Holy. And we have Led Zeppelin Deluxe 111. What was you were talking about Led Zeppelin 3. Yes, I can order you one. And Holly Safe needs a Led Zeppelin 1. Yes, I can order you I can actually order you. Let me know if you want a House of the Holy. I can get you one of those. But yes, I can order any of the Led Zeppelin box sets. The toughest ones to get are Led Zeppelin 1 Deluxe and Led Zeppelin 2 Deluxe. For some reason, those are the toughest ones to get. Led Zeppelin 1 hadn't been in stock now in about a year, the deluxe box. But pretty regularly, I can get 3, 4 houses, physical, Presence, Coda, and then the live, which is How the West Was Won and BBC Sessions. Led Zeppelin 1. Okay, I have not introduced these auctions yet. Henry's Choice has already bid. I actually haven't set a bid yet. He's bidding to remind me. Actually, going to need a little bit higher start than that. This is a very nice copy, something we don't get as often in the Elton John Japanese catalog. Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. This is actually going to be a $55 start. It is near mint minus and pristine. It also includes the Japanese booklet. It's beautiful. It has the lyric booklet with it. It's beautiful. Gatefold cover with Obi. Elton John is a $55 start. Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only a Piano Player. Also a $55 start is not Led Zeppelin. Rolling Stones Goat Head Soup. Rolling Stones Goat Head Soup. This is also a $55 start. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. Rolling Stones, I got Led Zeppelin on my mind. Rolling Stones Goat Head Soup. There's the original inner sleeve. There's the lyric insert. And there's the other night we had a really nice copy of this. Here's another one. Has the Goat Head Soup insert. This thing is once again complete with Obi. $55 start. So both auctions are at $55. Jerry, The lady who makes the hoodies for me, she's actually coming by tomorrow to show me some samples of the material. If I'm not here, then she's going to show them to my mother. And there's two different kind of hoodies we can get. I think one's a little bit better material. It's a little bit more money, but I'm going to decide tomorrow which one to get. Holly Safe gets Led Zeppelin 1. When Tanner comes up here, I will tell him to order Denise one, because Denise, I have no more Led Zeppelin 1s. The last order of business I have is to show Bang Tango. There is a pre-order for Bang Tango, and I have a whole crate over here, or actually, I have a crate. It's about halfway full of Bang Tangos. Let me pull up the pre-order for Bang Tango. Bang Tango. Let's see here. This is Bang Tango, Rock and Roll established 1988, LP, red and black splatter vinyl, due out December 8, 2023. This is Bang Tango, and they are $33.99. Let me pull up the pre-order for that. Bang Tango, we had a pre-order with Scott Woolen, Kyle Gregory, Jen Baker, Richard Davis, Alan Case, Walt Cruz, Kelly Cook, Fred Carnell, Ken Crooker, Darren Wortman, and Scott Beebe. I believe that's 11 people. That's on Bang Tango. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 4 extras to sell of Bang Tango. 4 extras to sell of Bang Tango. Let me count those out again. This is Bang Tango Rock and Roll, new release on red and black splatter vinyl. If I get them into the crate correctly. There we go. So Bang Tango, one more time. That's on black and red splatter vinyl, and that's a new release for Friday. Scott Woolen gets one. There's one for Kyle Gregory, one for Jen Baker, one for Richard Davis, one for Alan Case. Continuing, there's one for Walt Cruz. There's one for Kelly Cook, one for Fred Carnell, one for Ken Crooker. Darren Wortman wants one, and then there's one for Scott Beebe. And I have 4 left. Bang Tango, Rock and Roll, established 1988. Okay, so I put 2 auctions up for bid. Debbie Winstead was first on Elton John at 55. Holly Safe says she is Led Zeppelin Deluxe box set. She's interested in all of them, all the Led Zeppelin Deluxe. So we'll make a note of that. David Johnson is in on Elton John at 56. Tom Sullivan wants a Bang Tango, and Clay Moore wants a Bang Tango. I've got 2 copies of Bang Tango left. The last new LP that I have not shown tonight, we did get a restock of the Beatles, Now and Then, the 12-inch single. These are $28.99. The Beatles, Now and Then, $28.99. That is the 12-inch single. I actually don't have that waiting list on my computer. I've still got it on the original sticky note over here in my portfolio. Let me go back over here. I've still got that on the original sticky note from when those came out back around the 1st of the month. And let me find that. 12-inch single. There's several people. Tom Moran, Amy Hutchings, Jerry Stone, Alexandria Vigil, Edward Star Wars, Shakedown, Michael Marth, Jeff Hawes, and Leslie Silvley. Several people on the Beatles. There were several people on the waiting list. That's why I have so many of them. That's the Beatles 12-inch single, Now and Then, on black vinyl. That's for Tom Moran, Amy Hutchings, Jerry Stone, Alexandria Vigil, Edward Star Wars, Shakedown, Michael Marth, Jeff Hawes, and Leslie Silvley. So I've only got a few left. That's Now and Then, the 12-inch single. The 12-inch single, $28.99. Tanner, I'll just give you that sticky note with everybody's name on it. That is everybody's name right there. So I've got 3 left. Holly Safe wants one. I've got 2 Beatles left, and I've got 2 Bang Tangos. They should have put that. That's a little bit more. They should have made that the front. I don't know why they put that on the back. Kind of that clock ruler thing. That should have been on the front. I don't know what they did there. John Young says he'll take one. This has been the hardest to get. This has been the hardest to get out of all of the releases, has been the 12-inch single for some reason. Probably because it's a 12-inch single and it's probably mastered very well. There's the last one going to Christopher Morris. 2 Bang Tangos left. All righty. Now let's go through the last crate of new vintage and pre-owned records. A lot of it is pre-owned stuff, more so than vintage. And no one bid on the Rolling Stones. Somebody's about to get a deal. $55 buy it now. Goathead Soup, Obi, insert, booklet. Very, very nice. That is a $55 buy it now. And they're still bidding. They are still bidding on the Elton John. Debbie Winstead's at 57. David Johnson, let me know if you want back in. It's between you and Debbie. And Holly Safe gets the Holly Safe gets the Rolling Stones for 50. Oh, nope. Anthony Gray was first. GOAT. Anthony Gray was first on that. Holly Safe, you were second. We get a new auction started before we get into this crate. 55 on that. Yes. Another $55 start is going to be the Police Synchronicity. The Police Synchronicity. A very nice Japanese pressing of Obi. Every breath you take, I'll be watching you. $55 start. The Police with Obi. Very nice. It's pristine. It's very, very nice. $55 start. The Police Synchronicity. There's the Japanese insert. There's the cover and Obi. $55 start. Now to this crate. Magical Mystery Tour. That's a new remaster. $27.99. Not EX. It's near mint. $27.99. Rio Grande Mud. 2021 pressing. $24.99 for Rio Grande Mud. There's Led Zeppelin Coda. That's a new remaster. $24.99. Led Zeppelin Coda. $24.99 on Coda. So ZZ Top, The Beatles, and Led Zeppelin. Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn. That's a 2016 stereo remaster. $24.99 for Pink Floyd. Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Also, the Mars Volta, Francis the Mute. Francis the Mute is glow-in-the-dark vinyl. It's a remaster, $49.99. Francis the Mute, $49.99. Magical Mystery Tour is in stereo. It is in stereo. Next, Foo Fighters, Skin and Bones. That's kind of like Foo Fighters Unplugged. $29.99 for Foo Fighters, Skin and Bones. And Lush, Spooky. Limited edition orange vinyl remaster, $34.99. Lush, Spooky, $34.99. Debbie's back in on Pink Floyd. Debbie's back in on Elton John at $59. That's because David and Henry both bid $58. Debbie was at $59. Colin Butler wants Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Christopher Morris gets Coda. Rob Scheffler, you were second on Pink Floyd. Cynthia was third. Holly Safe first on Foo Fighters. That is sold to Holly Safe. We have Crosby, Stills, and Nash. That's a new remaster, $24.99 for CSN. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, $24.99. David's back in on Elton John at $60. Joe Maynard, you were second on Foo Fighters. Final call to get a bid in on the Police. Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is a new 180-gram reissue of Blood Sugar Sex Magic, $32.99. $32.99. $32.99 on Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. And Buffalo Springfield, that's a mono, Bernie Grundman mono remaster, $29.99. $29.99, that's a mono remaster. It even has the source on there, mastered from the original analog tapes in mono, $29.99. Daniel Bouzadin on CP, I'm assuming that's for Chili Peppers. Holly Safe was second. And we have Abbey Road, that's a new remaster, $27.99. Let's make Police a buy it now. The Police Synchronicity is a $55 buy it now. No bid on that. The high bid on Elton John just went to $61. Tanner brought up something we hadn't shown in a long time. It's slip mats, and this is the last three that we have. I've got 3 slip mats for your turntable. I've got 2 David Bowies, and I've got 1 Bob Marley. 2 David Bowies and 1 Bob Marley, and those are $9.99. And I can get more of these. One of my distributors stopped carrying them, but somebody else did, but they're more. I think I would have to charge, I think the new MSRP on these are like $16.99, which sucked because we've been selling them forever for $9.99, but that was last March price. So that's been a while. So $9.99. Holly Safe gets the Police Synchronicity for a $55 buy it now. That is Holly's for a $55 buy it now. $55 buy it now. That was Synchronicity. And we have a David Bowie slip mat. That is sold to Holly Safe. I've got 1 Bowie and 1 Bob left. Those are new. That's my last 2 slip mats that we have. Those are still available. Continuing with this bin, ZZ Top's first album. That's a 2017 pressing. ZZ Top, $24.99. Led Zeppelin House of the Holy. That's a new remaster, $24.99. Led Zeppelin House of the Holy. There's ZZ Top. There's Led Zeppelin. Pink Floyd, Saucer Full of Secrets. Their second album, $24.99 for Pink Floyd, Saucer Full of Secrets. Elton John, 62, 63, 64. And there's another Mars Volta. That's Octahedron. Mars Volta's from 2009, $34.99. Cynthia gets Pink Floyd. That's sold to Cynthia. Let me grab a new Japanese pressing. Next Japanese pressing is the classic, The Cars, Heartbeat City. The Cars is going to be a $45 start. This is near mint and pristine Japanese vinyl with Obi. This is The Cars, Heartbeat City, $45 start. Very nice vinyl, near mint minus and pristine. It has the Japanese insert, and it has the Japanese inner sleeve and Japanese insert. The insert and the inner sleeve has a little bit of foxing I know it looks like staining, but that's literally humidity or foxing as we call it. It's got a couple spots on the inside, but actually the front cover and the back cover has none of that, and the vinyl is very nice. Just the inserts and the gatefold, $45 start on that. New bid on Pink Floyd at $65. We have Lush, Love Light. Lush is a limited violet vinyl remaster, $49.99 for Lush, Love Light, $49.99. That's on violet color vinyl, Lush. Also, Foo Fighters, Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace. Foo Fighters is $26.99. We have this is $19.99 for Jim James, Uniform Distortion. Jim James is $19.99, and My Morning Jacket, Live 2015. That's a 3LP white vinyl, $32.99. MMJ, My Morning Jacket. I'm going to mute my mic for 1 second to take a drink of water. I feel better. We have Shakedown on JJ. JJ was from Jim James, and Shakedown gets My Morning Jacket. Those are both sold to Shakedown. And Holly Safe wants Foo Fighters. Mars Info on Octahedron. Garrett Cypert, Octahedron is a 2009. I don't think it's on colored vinyl. It's not. 2LP black vinyl, and it is near mint. It's a 2009 pressing, $34.99. Elton John's at $65. David, you're out, and Debbie, you're out. If y'all are still bidding, please let me know so we can take that to the next step. Final call to get a bid in on the Cars for $45 before I make it a buy it now. Tedeschi Trucks Band, that's a Barnes & Noble exclusive on opaque violet vinyl. That is $74.99. That's Tedeschi Trucks Band featuring Trey Anastasio, Layla Revisited. I don't know if that's how you say his last name, but that's my best attempt. That's a Barnes & Noble exclusive, $74.99. Dominic wanted Red Hot Chili Peppers. That has already been claimed. The Beatles White Album, that's the newest remaster of that, $32.99 stereo remaster, and Led Zeppelin In Through the Outdoor. That's a new remaster, $24.99. Pink Floyd Animals, that's the newest remaster. Well, the 2016 remaster. There's been one out since then, but that is near mint. That is $31.99. Debbie's back in on Elton John at $66. David's out. Debbie's in, so it's between Debbie and Henry. Holly Safe wants the White Album. That is sold to Holly Safe. David's out on Elton John. And Foo Fighters, In Your Honor. Foo Fighters, In Your Honor, $31.99. Foo Fighters, $31.99. Here's another Lush LP. Lush Split. The 1994 studio album by Lush, remastered on limited edition yellow vinyl. That's also $49.99. And I'm pretty sure these are not in print. That's why they're a little bit more pricier, $40 and $50. Jason Short wants In Through the Outdoor, and Holly Safe gets the Foo Fighters. Those are all sold. Those are all sold. Next is the Allman Brothers. That's a 12-inch single promo. It's $14.99. Allman Brothers Band, Straight from the Heart. A double-sided promo, $14.99 for ABB. Dominic wants PF. I'm assuming that was for Pink Floyd Animals, Dominic. Pink Floyd Animals. Let me know if that's right, because there's a few. Well, I guess that's the only one left. NWA, Straight Outta Compton. That's a new reissue, $24.99. And Soundgarden, Screaming Live Fop. That's $24.99. So a lot of this stuff, like I said, they're pretty much near mint. They're very well taken care of. We bought them from a collector who bought a lot of stuff from us. He just thinned out some of his duplicates and sold off a little bit of his collection. He said sometimes when he adds 2 records, he tries to pull out 1. So every time, or was it when he adds 1, he pulls out 2. I think anytime he said, anytime he adds 2 to his collection, he pulls out 1. So I was like, wow, that would be hard for me to do. I'd have to make some tough decisions. So he ended up trading in, well, we got the boxes still stacked over here. He traded in 2, 4, 6, 7 boxes of records out of his collection he purged out. So a lot of this came from us. I mean, I guarantee most of these new sealed LPs here, I've never, not the Lush, but I'd say these Zeppelins and Beatles, probably for sure that, Crosshills Nash, came from us originally. He took really good care of them. So these are like pre-owned, very nice reissues. Charlie Leeds gets NWA. And we have, yes, Union. That's a 2016 music on vinyl, $29.99. Rubber Soul by the Beatles. That's a new remaster, $27.99. And then there's a new remaster of Presence, $24.99. All right. Henry's out. David's out. Debbie gets Elton John for $66. The Cars is a $45 buy it now. The Cars is a $45 buy it now. If anybody wants that, I'm putting that over here at Faces. So far, there's only been 3 Japanese no bids. Faces, Cars, and Michael Schenker Group. That's the only thing still available. Garrett says he'll take the Mars Volta. Yes, we got some $7 crates to do, and I have a $9.99 crate discount bin. So we got some discount stuff. First, let me recap this one more time. I've got 6 empty crates behind me. All the pre-owned, we had 4 pre-owned and vintage crates tonight. After I go through this, all those will fit into 1 crate. Late tonight, I will do a big recap of the other 3 bins. I'm also about to go through the new vinyl that's left from tonight, some of the waiting list we have, and let's go through these one more time. So ZZ Top, $24.99. Mars Volta, Francis the Mute, $49.99. Magical Mystery Tour, $27.99. Lush, $34.99. That one's called Spooky. They're CSN, $24.99. Buffalo Springfield Mono Remaster Original Analog Tapes, $29.99. Abbey Road, $27.99. ZZ Top's Debut, $24. House of the Holy, $24. Lush Love Life, $49. Tedeschi Trucks Band, $74. Lush Split, $49. Allman Brothers, $14. Soundgarden Screaming Life, $24. Yes Union, $29. Rubber Soul, $27. And Led Zeppelin Presence, $24. Holly Safe said she will take the Magical Mist Tour. And earlier, somebody put back a Sgt. Pepper's. We still have that. I think it's the same price. We have an EX Sgt. Pepper's if anybody wants that. Mark Lent wants the Buffalo Springfield. That is this one right here. And Michael Nath wants that Allman Brothers 12-inch single promo. That's so to Michael Nath. All right. Let me do some condensing. Let me do some new crating. And we'll see what we have left for tonight. Before we get into any kind of discount bins, very, very quickly, I'm going to go through all the new vinyl that was left tonight. We started with 6 crates, and between pre-sales and what we sold, here's all that's left. Here's all that's left on new vinyl. Show me the Yes. That is Yes Union. It's a music on vinyl pressing, originally issued in 2016. They've kept it, not caped it. They've kept it under that original year, but they still press these actually. Yes Union, music on vinyl. That was originally, I think, a club-only release in the 90s. So that's kind of a tougher one to get. So here's what's left of new vinyl. First, we had Dolly Parton, Home for Christmas, $28.99. Dolly's takes on Christmas classics. I'll Be Home for Christmas, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That was originally out in 1990. We got some new Jelly Rolls tonight. This is Whitsitt Chapel, $28.99. Jerry Garcia, Might As Well, a Round Records retrospective, $34.99. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, $39.99. One of our very popular Christmas albums. Charlie Brown Christmas, Vince Guaraldi Trio, that's $33.99. Denise Harrison wants a Dolly Parton. We have 1 copy left of a new In Through the Outdoor, Led Zeppelin, $31.99. Soundgarden, King Animal, $46.99. 1 copy of Presents left, $31.99. 1 copy of Bing Crosby's Christmas Classics, $33.99. Jelly Roll, Ballads of the Broken, $29.99. Led Zeppelin's $31.99. Also Promise Rhinoplasty, $39.99. Holly Safe wants Soundgarden. That's so to Holly Safe. Led Zeppelin 4, that is the clear vinyl, the 75th anniversary of Atlantic, $33.99. David Coverdale and Jimmy Page, $39.99. Physical Graffiti's $44.99. Holly Safe also wants Bing Crosby Christmas Classics. That's so to Holly Safe. Also, Led Zeppelin 3 is $31.99. Steely Dan Gaucho, $36.99. Collective Soul's Greatest Hits, that's called 7 Year Itch, $33.99. Mr. Hankey's Christmas Classics, $28.99. And Bang Tango Rock and Roll, $33.99 for Bang Tango. So that's all the new vinyl left from tonight. 6 crates. That is the remaining. I'm going to keep these right here behind me. Let me step to the back and grab that first discount bin. I've got some $10 crates, some $7 crates. I've also got a whole bin of new Christmas LPs that's never been gone through. I don't know if y'all are ready again for that tonight, but we can see. All right, I've got a discount bin of $9.99 records. I think y'all are going to like these. $9.99ers. Everything in this bin is $9.99. Some of them are half off. Some of them are 40% off, 30% off. Do you have the Ventures? Artists like the Ventures, there's a real good chance it could pop up in a crate like this. We definitely have Ventures albums. I just can't go straight to them. And we have, let's see here, Bang Tango. Bang Tango. That was for Joe Willinger. All right, let me run a couple more Japanese LPs. I still got a half of a crate over here. We sold a lot of auctions tonight, but also we've been so busy showing some other stuff. Here's some other Funkos I have. I already showed Twizzlers, Coca-Cola, Frank Zappa, and Dude Love. I told you about The Godfather, Sonny, Michael, and Vito. I also have The Rock, an earlier version when he was known as Rocky. I'll have to just show it to you. I got from Spider-Man, I got Doc Ock. I have the Penguin. I have the Joker. I have another version of the Penguin. I have Noel Gallagher from Oasis. I still got Snoop Dogg. I got 2 Minnie Mouse. I have another Minnie Mouse. Luke Skywalker, Larry Mullen Jr., Ronald Acuna Jr. from the Atlanta Braves. I got Sean Connery as Indiana Jones' dad, Henry Jones Sr., Indiana Jones. I have Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's just on one shelf. So there's a few. Where's the Kiss? Kiss Funkos are tough to get. Rush Funkos are impossible. I don't have any Metallicas. I used to have those big packs of Metallicas, but not anymore. I actually have a big U2. I have U2 playing on stage live, a gigantic one. I've got a big Michael Jackson Bad. I have Rush. I've got a Rush. I've got Exit Stage Left, actually. I forgot about that one. I have Rush Exit Stage Left over there. And let me grab 2 new Japanese pressings. Let's do the Rolling Stones and Stevie Wonder before we get started in this $9.99 crate. So, first is High Tide and Green Grass, the Rolling Stones. A $55 start. $55 start on the Rolling Stones. Very nice copy with Obi. This is near mint minus and pristine. Japanese pressing. This is the Rolling Stones. That's what the U.S. cover looks like. Big hits, High Tide and Green Grass. $55 start. It has a book with it. Book or poster? It has a booklet with it. Wow, that's pretty interesting. It's got a die-cut cover there. Rolling Stones. So that's the Japanese insert. $55 start with that. Very nice. And Stevie Wonder, the original Musicarium. This is like a Stevie Wonder greatest hits. This is going to be a $45 start. I believe it's 2 LPs of Japanese vinyl with the Obi Stevie Wonder original Musicarium. And it's pretty much, like I said, a compilation of Stevie Wonder music. There's LP number 1. There's LP number 2. There's the Japanese inserts. Comes with a book. Comes with a Stevie Wonder book and the Japanese book. 2 LP Obi. Textured, embossed. The fish are kind of raised and the bubbles. $45 start. This bin, is everybody awake? I'm going to make sure everybody's awake. Where's everybody watching from? I need to get everybody woke up for this $9.99 bin. It's already 10 o'clock. The feed has gotten kind of quiet. It's time to get everybody woke up, right, Tanner? Yep. I just read off those Funkos. I have Evel Knievel. Hey, there's another Iron Maiden. I know you already have a waiting list, Tanner, but there's another one in case we need it so we don't accidentally order another one. I have Luka Doncic. I have, well, somebody already bought Patrick Mahomes. Dale Earnhardt. I have another Eddie Funko. I have White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. I have Jerry Seinfeld. I have the Hostess Cupcakes. Here's more Queen Elizabeth. We don't need a waiting list for those. Right here's more of them. I need to double check before we start ordering these. I could have them laid around. I've got these all double stacked. I've got some Pokemon. I have some Yu-Gi-Oh! I have more Star Wars that I hadn't named off, including Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, C-3PO. I bet this one. I guarantee if I show this, we can sell at least one. I have not mentioned this artist on Funko yet. This is really cool. I also have a couple comic book related ones. Thor, Phoenix from X-Men. So there's a couple more Queen Elizabeth. I don't know how many people's on a waiting list, but I'll leave them right there. AC/DC, Highway to Hell. Those are $24.99. AC/DC, Highway to Hell. That's the album artwork, $24.99. That's called Funko Pop Albums. Funko Pop Albums, AC/DC, $24.99. All right, let's go back up to the top, make sure I didn't miss anything. So we had a bid on Stevie Wonder. Holly Safes at 45. Michael Nath's watching in D.C. Michael Nath in D.C. tonight. Traveling Man. Indiana, Kentucky. Holly's at work. Washington State, Erickson, Louisville, Kentucky, Louisiana, Germany. Dr. Petrovich is in Germany. Illinois, Minnesota, California, Del Boca Vista. That's a Seinfeld reference. Texas, waiting on this Ben. Chicago, the suburbans of Chicago, Alabama, Mississippi, Tuscaloosa. Whew. South Carolina, Munford, Tennessee. Stephen A. Young wants a Queen Elizabeth. Make sure if he's not on so Stephen, we had those on hand. That's good because last time that went out of stock, it took forever. We've been waiting on those for about a year. Wow, Chris Kirkley's in Hawaii, Michigan, New Mexico. Holly wants an AC/DC. Cynthia Hurgeon wants an AC/DC. We had 3 of those. So there's one to Holly, there's one to Cynthia. So those are sold and sold. New Jersey, California, viewers all over. The Netherlands and Florida. We have people all over the globe tonight. Stevie Wonder, Original Musicarium. This is a final call. Final call for $45 to Holly Safe. That's a final call. No one's been on the Rolling Stones. Final call on that. All right, let's get started on some $9.99. The wait is over. We have Moody Blues, In Search of Lost Chord, $9.99. Moody Blues, In Search of Lost Chord, $9.99 on that. Half off. Wishbone Ash, $5 off. Originally VG Plus $14.99. Wishbone Ash, $9.99. No Smoke Without Fire. Uriah Heep Firefly, $8 off. Now $9.99. Uriah Heep Firefly, that's $9.99. And Bad Company, Desolation Angels, VG Plus, $9.99. So we got viewers in 3 continents and an island. 3 continents and a different island right now, all watching and buying records. Welcome from all corners of the world. My dad used to broadcast radio, high school football, and every once in a while there would be people like stationed overseas listening to high school football games, like in Germany. There was just a guy who was stationed in Germany. He would listen a lot. He'd always say, from wherever you're watching in the world, and I need to start saying that, from wherever you're watching in the world. Eric Gooden gets the Wishbone Ash. That's $9.99. These are all $9.99. Eric Gooden's the first claim. He gets the Wishbone Ash. Debbie Winstead on FF, and I'm not for sure what that was for. We have Moody Blues, Uriah Heep. That was probably for Firefly. Debbie Winstead gets Firefly by Uriah Heep. There's Bad Company. That has Rock and Roll Fantasy. This is a nice copy of Quicksilver. We originally had this marked $19.99. Quicksilver Messenger Service, self-titled. That's now just $9.99. The Outlaws, Bringing It Back Alive. That's $9.99. Bobby Moyes did bid on the Rolling Stones. He's in at $55. That's a final call. Let's go ahead and sell this to Holly Safe for $45. And the Rolling Stones is at $55, and that's a final call. Garrett wants QS. That's Quicksilver. That's sold to Garrett for $9.99. Next is Spandau Ballet Parade. Spandau Ballet VG Plus condition, $9.99. Brent, you were second on Quicksilver. Catch Bullet 4. That's Cat Stevens. EX condition, $9.99 for Cat Stevens. Catch Bullet 4. Neil Young, that's in VG condition, $5 off, now $9.99. It is VG, but that's his classic album, After the Gold Rush. Cynthia Hurgeon on SB, that's Spandau Ballet. Debbie Winstead wants CA, and that was for, I bet she meant CS for Cat Stevens. I'll leave that up for a second while I'm grabbing the next album. So Holly, you have been outbid on the Rolling Stones. Let me grab our next Japanese auction, and that is going to be a Japanese pressing of Kansas Monolith. Always an interesting cover on this one. Looks like a Native American in a spacesuit. This is a $35 start. $35 start. It is near mint minus and pristine Japanese pressing. There's the LP. There's a Japanese solicitation form. There's a very nice obi, very nice cover. $35 start on Kansas. And Debbie did want Cat Stevens, $9.99. The Rolling Stones is called High Tide. Big Hits and Green Grass. I just got that completely backwards. Big Hits, High Tide and Green Grass. High bid on that is $57 of Holly Safe. Final call. Fred's at $36 on Kansas. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2. VG condition, $9.99. Julie Is Her Name, a 1958 pressing of Julie London. Julie Is Her Name, Volume 2. Volume 2, $9.99. Mac the Knife, that's Ella Fitzgerald. Ella in Berlin, half off at $9.99. Also, Debbie Harry, Blondie, Cuckoo. Debbie Harry, $9.99. Pretty much, a lot of people ask for half-off crates. This is pretty much a half-off crate or better. A half off crate or better on a lot of stuff in here. Everything is $9.99. We have the Animals with Eric Burden in the beginning, $9.99 on that. Bob Dylan Street Legal, no condition notes, just $9.99 on Dylan. Street Legal has the original inner sleeve. The cover is about VG+. I see a little bit of corner wear up there, but not bad at all for $9.99. And Uriah Heep, Look at Yourself with the original mirror cover, $9.99. So Kansas, 36, 35, 37. Bobby's out on the Stones. I'm about to sell it for $55. Cynthia Herdron gets EF. That was for Ella Fitzgerald. That's sold to Cynthia for $9.99. Mel Moss on DH. That's for Debbie Harry. Kansas is at 38 with Fred. Cynthia first on the Animals. That is sold to Cynthia. Blade Singletary first on Uriah Heep. Kansas is at 39. And David Hoy wants JL, Julie London. Those are all sold $9.99. Continuing with $9.99, we have Climax Blues Band, $9.99. And I think technically that's billed as a self-titled album. Climax Blues Band self-titled, $9.99. The James Gang Your album, that is now $9.99. There's Joe Walsh and the James Gang on the original ABC Bluesway album in the original company sleeve that I have accidentally pulled completely out. Original company sleeve, nice gatefold cover, James Gang, $9.99. They're still bidding on Kansas, but let me go ahead and sell the Rolling Stones to Holly Safe. She gets that for $55, and I'm going to grab our next Japanese pressing, which is a Japanese pressing of Men at Work, Business as Usual. Japanese pressing, near mint and pristine. Who can it be now? And down under, $35 start on that. Japanese pressing, extremely nice condition. Cover, Obi. This is a $35 start. So there is the vinyl, near mint, minus, and pristine. There's the LP. There's the Japanese insert. There's the cover and Obi. $35 start on that. We have Eddie Lau put Bang JW. So James Gang, I bet he meant James Gang. Eddie, let me know if that was for James Gang. If it was, then you're first. If not, let me know if that was for. If it was for James Gang, then Chip Hall, you were second. Mark Lent, you were third, asking the condition. Walter Horton, Fine Cuts. Walter Horton, $9.99. Now, half off. Walter Horton, Fine Cuts, $9. It was for James Gang. So Eddie got James Gang. Another Climax Blues Band. I always like this cover. The Stamp album, $9.99. Climax Blues Band Stamp album, $9.99 on that. John Mayall, Notice to Appear. This is actually a white label promo. John Mayall, that's a white label promo. Notice to Appear, $9.99. And Philip Walker, Someday You'll Have These Blues. Philip Walker is $9.99. Alligator Records, Philip Walker. Daniel Bouzidin, Daniel Bouzidin is in on Men at Work at 35. That's going once, going twice. Fred's out on Kansas. That means Holly has that for 41. That's a final call. Patty first on JM, which is John Mayall. That's sold to Patty for $9.99. Tony Murphy, you were second. Debbie was third. Michael Nath first on the Philip Walker. And Darren Davis, you were second. Jay Giles Band, Ladies Invited. That's $9.99. Ides of March vehicle, $9.99 for the Ides of March vehicle. That's $9.99. Final call at Men at Work for $35. And Jethro Tull Live, a 2LP Jethro Tull Live. Is it called Bursting Out? I guess it is. Live Bursting Out. I never really noticed that. It says it on the label. It don't say it on the front, but it says it on the spine. $9.99. Julian on DH. DH was for... DH Julian was for... Is that something still in here? Maybe I hadn't pulled out yet. Ides of March. Jay Giles. Climax Blues Band. Walter Horton. What was DH? I'm going to skip that for right now. I'm going to give Shakedown Jethro Tull. Shakedown gets Jethro Tull for $9.99. Holly was second. Blade was third. Chris was fourth. What year is the Men at Work? I cannot tell you that. I can give you the catalog number on the Obi, but that's all I can tell you. I'm assuming it's from around, if not 1980. What year did this come out? 82? It's got to be from, I don't know if it's the first press, but it's got to be from around 82. But, I mean, it sold a lot of copies all over the world, so it's definitely not a new one. All these Japanese pressings, they're either OG or they're vintage. A lot of people think sometimes these are so nice they're new, but they're actually vintage. And Kansas is sold for 41 to Holly Safe. And Blade Singletary wants the Ides of March. Now we just got to figure out what Julian wanted with DH, unless that was a miscue. That's $9.99, sold to Blade Singletary. Harmonica Blues Kings, Big Walter Horton, Alfred Harris. That's $9.99. Originally $26.99. The Knack, Get the Knack, half off, $9.99. And Charlie Daniels Band, Full Moon, that's $9.99. And the Best of the Doobies, Volume 2, that's $9.99. That's $9.99. In shrink wrap, the Best of the Doobie Brothers. Best of the Beau Brummels, featuring Laugh Laugh, that's in EX condition, $9.99. The Best of the Beau Brummels. Scott, let me know if you want to bid on the Men at Work. If you're passing, I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up. I'm going to go ahead and bring over the next 2 Japanese pressings. I've got a few things that I'm going to show tonight, and I got a few things I'm saving tomorrow for Metal Night. Hope everybody can tune in for that, but let me go ahead and bring over the next Japanese pressings. We've almost wiped out an entire shipment of Japanese stuff tonight. I'm going to put these on deck. Let me go ahead and get caught up in the claims first. First claim was Michael Nath on AH. AH was Alfred Harris at Big Walter. That is sold to Michael Nath. Brent Robley was second. Davey Winstead on D. I'm assuming that's for the Doobie Brothers. Scott Vanek is in on Men at Work at 36. And Julian won a WH. I think that's already been claimed. Men at Work is at 40. Men at Work's at 37. So we got 4 new bidders now, or 3 bidders, I think, on Men at Work. It's now $40. So let me go ahead and introduce our next Japanese pressing. This is always one of the more desirable ones because it sounds incredible. It looks incredible. And that's Boston self-titled debut. Japanese pressing, near mint with Obi. This is a $65 start. $65 start for Boston self-titled Orange Epic label. That's the original label in the US and in Japan. It has the original lyric insert with it. It's a very nice cover in Obi. Boston's a $65 start. I've sold these for $55 or $65. I've sold some for well over $100 before, just depending on who's watching on what auction night. Holly's in at $65. Men at Work is between Mel Moss and Daniel Buziden. Mel Moss is at $42. Yeah, I can go through the no-sell stuff in just a second. I've got some stuff stacked on top of it. Let me put away some action figures. One more time on these while I put them away. I have Michael Jackson Funko for $14.99. I have Dee Snider from Twisted Sister. He's $24.99. He comes with a bone. I have Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols, and I have 3 Dios left. That means we've sold 5 tonight. I've got 3 Dios left. Ronnie James Dio, $24.99. And there's Twisted Sister, and there's Johnny Rotten. Those are all, those are $24, and the Funko is $14. Holly's at $65. Jay Giles, let me answer that right quick. Don Harrison, Jay Giles has no condition notes on the vinyl, VG Plus cover. Holly Safe wants the Michael Jackson. That's sold to Holly Safe at sticker, $14.99. And Julian put WH. WH. Julian, I think your feed is a little bit behind. I still got a Walter Horton. I think your feed's a little bit behind. You might want to reset, and also sometimes I'm not catching your abbreviations. I'm going to go put these away before they fall off the table and get creased. Don't want that to happen. We sold the Michael Jackson. Now I can get to my pile of no-sell stuff, which was right over here. And we just got a new bid on Mel Moss, or Men at Work. Mel Moss is at $50. So Julian wants Walter Horton. Julian, I got you that time. That's $9.99. Don Harrison is going to take the Jay Giles. And we have a final call on Boston for $65. And we got a new bid on Men at Work at $50. So Michael Schenker Group. This was one of the first auctions that was a no bid. $35 buy it now on Michael Schenker Group Assault Attack. That was a no bid for $35 if anybody wants it. I think maybe it was $45. Well, you know what? I'll take $45 for it now. Or I'll take $35 for it now. I think I said $45 originally. These two are definitely $45 buy it nows. The Cars Heartbeat City. The Cars Heartbeat City. And the Best of Faces, Snakes and Ladders. Rod Stewart and Faces with Ron Wood. And the Cars. So Michael Schenker, $35. I guess I just reduced that one. The Cars and Faces. Those are all available. $45, $45, $35. Continuing with the $9.99 stuff. We have the Kinks' greatest celluloid heroes. $9.99. There's one and there's another. I actually have 2 and they're pretty much identical. $9.99. Bachman Turner Overdrive. BTO is $9.99. Here's Ricky Nelson. I think this is a compilation. It's Ricky Nelson. It's a 2 LP compilation. Yeah, Legendary Masters. $9.99. There's Ricky Nelson. And Philip Walker, the bottom of the top. Philip Walker is $9.99. Faces has been claimed. Who was first? John Smetzer. John Smetzer gets the Faces Tanner for $45. Fred Cardinal was second. Debbie Winstead first to Rick Nelson. I'll put that in a new pile. $9.99. That's sold to Debbie Winstead. Mel Moss is out at Men at Work. Daniel Bouzadin has this for $55. I'm about to sell it, so I can put up 2 new auctions. Fred Carnell gets the Kinks. There's 1 left if anybody else wants it. Henry's Choice gets BTO, and Eric Gooden, you get the other Kinks. There's Philip Walker, bottom of the top, $9.99. The best is Sam Sham and the Pharaohs. This has the hit song Woolly Bully on it, $9.99. Very clean copy and original gatefold. Sam, the Sham, and the Pharaohs. Half Nelson. This is a Willie Nelson album where he's doing duets. There's one on here of Neil Young, Merle Haggard, 7 Spanish Angels with Ray Charles, Julio Iglesias, Carlos Santana, Leon Russell, George Jones, Mel Tillis. One he did with Hank Williams Sr. Not originally, but the way they can mash that together, however they do that. O.V. Wright, We're Still Together, $9.99. O.V. Wright, We're Still Together, $9. That's on high. That was originally $26.99. I've got some random markdowns in here, like Eddie Cleanhead Vincent and Roomful of Blues. That's half off at $9.99. And here's another one. I Want a Little Girl, Eddie Cleanhead Vincent, 1981 red vinyl, $9.99. I don't know about that title. I don't know if you could release something with that kind of title today. $9.99. Let's sell Men at Work for $55 to Daniel Bouzadin. And let's sell Holly the Boston for $65. The next Japanese auction is Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Japanese pressing soundtrack, $35 start. This is the original motion picture soundtrack by John Williams. It's a $35 start. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. It has a Japanese insert with it. Nice gatefold cover with Obi. $35 start for Close Encounters of the Third Kind. We have Garrett Seipert on P. Walker. That was on the Philip Walker. That's sold to Garrett Seipert. Julian wants Walter Horton, both of them. I know I pulled one for you already. Is there another one in here? One of them may have already been claimed, Julian. You got one earlier, and the other one was already claimed. And next is Tim Turner wants the Willie Nelson. That's half Nelson. Mel Moss is at 35 on Close Encounters, and Eric Good needs to put back the Kinks. He says he already has that. No problem. And let me grab another Japanese pressing to accompany the Close Encounters. Look what we have here. Let's go ahead and do the Katrina and the Waves. Katrina and the Waves. This is going to be a $35 start. This has their hit song, Walking on Sunshine. Japanese pressing with Obi, Near Mint, and Pristine. Excuse me. Near Mint and Pristine. Got the hiccups. $35 start for Katrina and the Waves. Very nice. $35 start on that. There's the Japanese lyric insert. Walking on Sunshine. $35 start. Okay, so Mel Moss is at 35 on Close Encounters. Daniel Bouzadin said Michael Schenker for 35. Daniel Bouzadin is at a bite now on this, Michael Schenker Group. And that just leaves one Japanese pressing that has not sold, and that was the Cars Heartbeat City. We got bids on both auctions. There's the Kinks being put back, $9.99. Quicksilver Anthology. That's a Quicksilver Hits comp or an anthology. 2LP, $9.99. Walter Horton, Can't Keep Loving You. There's another one. Walter Horton, $9.99. The Searchers, Greatest Hits, $9.99 for The Searchers. Rockin' with Ricky, Ricky Nelson. That's half off at $9.99. Willie Nelson and Leon, One for the Road. Uh-oh. This has a signature on it. That's not Willie's, but I bet we overlooked that. I bet Dale did too. Who was that? That's not Willie, but he signed some of those Willie Nelson albums. I just now noticed that. I bet John overlooked that. I bet Dale overlooked it. And who is that? He signed some of those other ones. He signed a bunch of Willie Nelson albums, and I thought they were all Willie Nelson signature. They're signed in the same pen. He played on these albums. Let's see here if I can identify it. P, Mickey, what is that? M, Willie. It's not Leon either. It's not Paul English. Rex Ludwig? Nope. B. Spears? I don't think that says B. Spears. I'm not for sure. I can't remember. John Galley, percussion, harmonica. I can't remember. But it's signed by somebody that played on the album. That's not Willie Nelson. Willie's looks kind of similar to that, actually. And we had a bunch of signed Willie stuff from Dale's collection, as y'all know. And but that's somebody that. But yeah, that slipped through everybody. You got to be careful of these signatures. When you buy a collection of a lot of signatures, you got to really look at them, because some of the people who got these 40 years ago, Dale went through every one of his albums and tried to circle on the sleeve, like on the plastic sleeve, he would circle, but even some he overlooked. We found some that he didn't know that was signed, like on the gatefolds or on the inner sleeves, he forgot about. So, okay. So what happened earlier is Daniel said he'll take Michael Shaker Group, and then right after that, Hendry said he'll take it. We got bids on both auctions, so it is sold to Daniel Buzide. Hendry, you're second. Close Encounters was at 35 and 35. Debbie Winstead is at 36 on CL. What is CL? Close Encounters, maybe? Debbie, are you bidding on Close Encounters? Stephen A. Young wants Q. That was for Quicksilver, $9.99. Michael Nath on Walter Horton. Brent Robley next on Walter Horton. Fred Carnell second on Quicksilver. Chris third on Walter Horton. Julian third on Walter Horton. And then we have some W's. And the W's is, I'm assuming, for Willie Nelson. And Debbie, let me know if that's for Willie Nelson. Shakedown, you were second. If Debbie does want W for Willie Nelson. Debbie, if you can sometimes give me just maybe one extra letter than just one letter, you have no idea how much that would help me. Also, we have Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings. Take it to the limit. $9.99. Boz Scaggs, Down to Then Left. $9.99. Sun Seals, Live and Burning. $9.99. And J.B. Hutto and the New Hawks, Slide Slinger. $9.99. Mel Moss is at $38. We can go ahead and sell Katrina, though, to Holly Safe for $35. We have Michael Nath on SS and JB. Those are both sold to Michael Nath, $9.99 and $9.99. Got some discounted blue stuff in here. Shane Devers wants the Waylon and Willie. Fred Carnell, you were second on Sun Seals. Here's what's left for $9.99. Moody Blues, In Search of the Lost Chord. Bad Company, Desolation Angels. Outlaws, Bringing It Back Alive. Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2. Bob Dylan, Street Legal. Climax Blues Band. Climax Blues Band. The Knack. Charlie Daniels, Full Moon. The Best of the Beau Brummels. The Best of Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. O.V. Wright. Also, Eddie Cleanhead Vinson. Eddie Cleanhead Vinson. The Kinks' Greatest. The Searchers' Greatest Hits. Rockin' with Ricky. And Boz Scaggs, Down to Then Left. Those are what's left in that $9.99 crate. $9.99 crate. Let me grab our next Japanese auction. They're still bidding on the Close Encounters, it looks like. I'm going to bring over a very nice looking copy of the Beatles' Abbey Road. This looks very nice. I'm going to show it in detail in 1 second. And give me 1 second on that. First, we have one claim left in here, which is the Outlaws from Stephen A. Young. So next is the Beatles, Abbey Road. There's the original black inner sleeve from Apple. And this is near mint minus and pristine. This is going to be a $55 start for Abbey Road. It has the original Japanese insert with it. It has a very nice cover of Obi. Abbey Road, UK Flag Series number 12. $55 start on that. Anybody else? If not, I'm going to go grab our next crate, which is going to be probably some... I could probably go condense the 14 and 19, or I can go ahead and bring up a $6.99 crate. Let me go... I'll go to the back and see how much I have left of what's back there, and I'll be right back. So give me 1 second. I'm going to walk to the back so my mic will cut out. I think I've got a little bit of 14 and a little bit of 19. Just about a half of a crate here, but I've went ahead and sorted them, so we'll knock these out, and then I'll go get the $6.99 crate next. All right, so first let's do the $19.99 stuff. When we get to Johnny Cash, it changes over. These are $19.99, this small little handful here. I actually found this in the back. It was not supposed to be back there, but somebody put it back there. Nos, The Lost Tapes. That was originally back in May, $41.99. I've got one copy left, new and sealed Nos, $19.99. David Bowie, Never Let Me Down. That's on sale for $19.99. Paul McCartney, and that is an original 1970 UK pressing. Nice, just $19.99. Bob Dylan, Self-Portrait, half off. The cover, the top cover does have some seam splits, but that is original, $19.99. Eagles, their self-titled first album, EX condition, now just $19.99. And Todd Rundgren, Runt, that is a sealed copy of Todd Rundgren, Runt, a sealed copy, $19.99. Shakedown gets Nos, and Tanner, these are $19.99. That one's actually stickered, but Nos is $19.99. Cynthia Herdron gets David Bowie for $19.99. Fred Carnell, you were second. Nick Bargeron gets the Eagles for $19.99. Debbie Winstead gets Paul McCartney for $19.99. Andy Lewis, you were second on the Eagles. And Brent Ribley gets the sealed Runt. That just leaves Bob Dylan Self-Portrait, half off. It is the original press. It does have some seam splitting on top of the cover, but it's nice. Close Encounters. This is sold to Mel Moss for $38. Also, Abbey Road is a Japanese pressing, UK Flag Series number 12, near mint, original inner sleeve, original insert. Looking for a $55 start on that. Final call before I make it a buy it now. So everything left in here except for Dylan is $14.99. Johnny Cash, Ride This Train, $10 off the original sticker, and that is on a very, very nice Columbia 2i, $14.99. Holly's in on the Beatles for $55. John Barleycorn Must Die, $5 off on this one. It's a very nice copy. It is near mint minus Traffic. It's from the UK as well. UK copy of Traffic, $14.99. Neil Young Zuma, VG Plus condition. That has the hit song Cortez the Killer. And Van Morrison, Hard Nosed the Highway. That's also in VG Plus condition, $14.99. So now we're doing some $14.99 stuff. I'm going to go ahead and grab, the Beatles is getting some bids now. I'm going to go ahead and grab our next Japanese pressing, which is a nice copy of, what do we have in here? How about some Wings? These are always really nice. We have Wings Over America, and this is a Japanese pressing. Let's pull out all the inserts and see what we have in here. A lot of stuff came with this. It started with 3 LPs. It was originally a 3 LP set with inserts. That part doesn't come out, but all this does. Okay, so this is a $55 start. This is Paul McCartney and Wings live. By the way, Band on the Run, a few days ago, hit its 50th anniversary. They are putting out a 2 LP with bonus tracks in February. We'll definitely be all over that. First, the cover is very nice. It's a gatefold cover. Has an obi. There is a little bit of foxing. There is a little bit of foxing or discoloration on the back, but it is a nice copy as far as the front and the back and the obi. $55 start. We have a poster. Comes with a Wings poster. Rest in peace, Denny Lane. He actually just passed away yesterday. Denny Lane just passed away yesterday. There's Paul and Linda. There is the book, and this is a 3 LP. There's the original inner sleeves, and all the vinyl is near mint and pristine. 3 LPs, and they all look like this. Very nice, near mint minus Japanese vinyl. So there's the book, all 3 inner sleeves, all 3 LPs. There's the poster. There's the cover and obi, $55 start. Back to the $14.99 stuff. Chris Kirkley gets the Neil Young. That's so to Chris Kirkley. No other claims, nobody on Van Morrison, nobody on Traffic, and nobody on Johnny Cash. Everything in here is $14.99. The Band, Moondog Matinee, that's also in VG Plus condition. The Band, that's $14.99. Moondog Matinee. We have Sinatra, A Man and His Music. Sinatra is half off, 2 LP, $14.99 on Sinatra. Santana's Greatest Hits. We had one of these in New Arrivals tonight. This one's $5 off, $14.99 on Santana's Greatest Hits. Elton John Live, 11/17/70. This is the second label from MCA, $14.99 on that. And we have Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars, 2 LP, Hello, It's Me, $14.99 on that. Fred Carnell's out on the Beatles. We're going to sell that to Holly Safe for $60. Final call on Wings. If anybody wants in on that for $55, final call. $14.99. Corey Gaston gets the Band for $14.99. Debbie Winstead gets Elton John for $14.99. Corey Gaston gets Santana for $14.99. Continuing, Wings at the Speed of Sound. This is actually in shrink wrap with the original inner sleeve. Nice copy, $14.99 for Wings at the Speed of Sound. $14.99. John Lennon, Double Fantasy, $14.99 for John Lennon. And Tommy, the original soundtrack recording to the film, 2LP, $14.99. Stephen A. Young has Wings for $55. That's now a final call. That means I'm about to sell it, and I'm going to go ahead and grab our next couple of Japanese auctions here, which is going to be Clapton and Beck, the duel of the guitarist. Clapton and Beck coming up next. Okay, so here's what's left for $14.99. Tommy the Who, John Lennon Double Fantasy. Let's see here. Wings at the Speed of Sound, Todd Rundgren, Sinatra, Van Morrison, Traffic, and Johnny Cash. And then Bob Dylan was left for $19.99. So some great titles there for $14.99. And Dylan, nobody else bid on Wings. 5432 sold to Stephen A. Young for $55. James Cohorn is going to get Tommy for $14.99. And here's our next two Japanese auctions. The Best of Jeff Beck, $45 start. Jeff Beck, The Best of Jeff Beck, $45 start. And Eric Clapton, August, $35 start. Eric Clapton, August. And I will show those in detail right now. First is Eric Clapton, August. This is a near mint minus and pristine Japanese pressing. There's the gatefold. The vinyl is very, very nice. $35 start. There is the Japanese insert, and there is the cover and obi. That is a $35 start. And then Jeff Beck is a $45 start. Jeff Beck, The Best of Jeff Beck, that is a $45 start. It has the insert, very nice textured cover of obi, $45 start on that. James Cohorn got Tommy. Kevin Kubina, you were second. And then Michael Nath, the 280 clean heads from the last crate. Last 280 clean heads. That is this right here. These are sold to Michael Nath for $9.99 and $9.99. Let me step to the back very quickly and get that $6.99 bin I was talking about. Next crate is $6.99. Let me go grab that. I've actually got 4 of them. Really doubt we go through them all tonight, but we may. All righty. Is the Clapton a promo? No, not a promo. Final call. Dale said he'd give 10 on Van Morrison. I guess. They're supposed to already be on sale. But if you're offering 10, I'm going to sell it to you. Sell out to Dale Sanders for $10. Next, everything in here is $6.99. We have Rick Nelson, Million Sellers. This is $6.99. Rick Nelson, $6.99. Jack Hoffner wrote his name right there on the cover. Other than that, it's a nice clean copy, $6.99. This is Madam versus Benny Mays, Deep Chemical and Limit, $6.99. Everything in here is $6.99, including Harry Belafonte at Carnegie Hall, VG condition, $6.99 on Harry Belafonte. Laughter, Sweet and Profane, Pat Bertram and Bob Crane. That's Mr. Haney and Colonel Hogan, $6.99 on Laughter. More of Hal Holbrook and Mark Twain Tonight, $6.99 on that. Al Stewart, Russians and Americans. Al Stewart, $6.99. Bob Dylan, Infidels, VG copy, $6.99. The Revolt of Emily Young, that's in VG Plus condition, $6.99. This is the Bee's Knees, $6.99. Also, Stephen Stills 2, that's EX, $6.99 for Stephen Stills 2. Johnny Rivers, A Touch of Gold, that's $6.99. Debbie Winstead wants AS, that's Al Stewart. That's sold to Debbie Winstead. Also, we have music from the original soundtrack, Maya, that is $6.99. The History of the Guess Who, that is $6.99. And Doug Sam and Band, that's an original 73 Monarch press, $6.99. Patty Austin, The Heat of Heat. Patty Austin, that's a 4-track 12-inch single, $6.99. Nagy Steen, that is $6.99. Also Al Jarreau, Hearts Horizon, $6.99. Brent Robley on DS, that was probably for Doug Sam. Julian, it looks like you were second. Hurry Sundown, that is the soundtrack to Hurry Sundown, $6.99. The Sandpipers Greatest Hits, $6.99 on the Sandpipers. And The Blend, Anytime Delight, EX condition $6.99. The Best of Tim Harden is EX condition $6.99. And Three Dog Night Naturally, that's a nice copy, $6.99. Let's make these a buy it now. No bid on Jeff Beck. I'm going to make that a $45 buy it now. That is the Best of Jeff Beck. And no bid on Eric Clapton August. That's a $35 buy it now. 45 and 35 on Beck and Clapton. Continuing, Rod Stewart, Footloose and Fancy Free, $6.99. Blade Singletary wants Three Dog Night for $6.99. Debbie, you were second. Marty Byland is $6.99. We have Tony Lee, Reach Up, 12-inch single, double-sided, 2 different mixes. And we have the SOS Band, Good and Plenty. That's $6.99. Leon and Mary Russell, Make Love to the Music. Leon and Mary Russell, that's $6.99. And the Chambers Brothers, Right Move. That's actually sealed. It does have a couple tears in the shrink wrap. It's a saw marked. It is sealed, though, $6.99. Stephen A. Young, you were third on Three Dog Night. Nick Bargeron gets Rod Stewart, continuing with $6.99. That's sold to Nick. Gary B.B. Coleman, Nothing But the Blues. That's now $6.99. Jeff McMaster gets the sealed Chambers Brothers. These are all $6.99. We have Wallace Collection. Wallace Collection, that's now $6.99. Also, Airwaves, New Day. Airwaves, New Day. Cellophane Symphony, Tommy James and the Shondells. Tommy James and the Shondells, $6.99. Michael Nath on BB. Gary B.B. Coleman, that's sold to Michael Nath. We have Dark World from 1982 in shrink wrap. That's $6.99. Also, Heretics AD. Heretics AD, $6.99. Fringe Benefit, $6.99 on Fringe Benefit. And Papa's got a brand new pig bag. That's a 1985 UK split single Electro Funk. That is Electro Funk produced by Paul Hardcastle, $6.99. Debbie Winstead on TJ, that's for Tommy James, $6.99. Zubin Mehta, Star Wars Close Encounters, $6.99. Spyro Gyra, Morning Dance, that's got some good music on it, $6.99 for Spyro Gyra. Carlos Santana and Buddy Miles Live, $6.99 on Santana and Miles. Rare Earth, Midnight Lady, that is $6.99. And Roy Eldridge, that is in shrink, $6.99. Cynthia Hardren on the Paul Hardcastle. That's sold to Cynthia. While we're going through the $6.99 bin, let me go ahead and put up a couple more Japanese auctions. No bid on Clapton and Beck. I'm going to try another Clapton. And I'm going to try a Pablo Cruz. Clapton and Cruz. Pablo Cruz and Clapton. How about Pablo Cruz first? This is Pablo Cruz. Talk about rare. This is rare. Pablo Cruz, Part of the Game. Rare. This is, how often do we get Pablo Cruz Japanese vinyl with Obi? $35 start. Pablo Cruz. Seems Chad is in a hurry tonight. I feel like I'm always talking like this. $35 start for Pablo Cruz. Wow. With the Japanese booklet and the Japanese insert. Holy moly. It's Part of the Game. $35 start for Pablo Cruz. If you don't bid on that, you're going to very much regret it. And then there's Eric Clapton, another ticket. This is actually really nice from Japan. $35 start for Eric Clapton, another ticket. This is a $35 start. Near Mint Minus and Pristine. There's the LP. There's the booklet. There's the cover and Obi. Cynthia Winstead on WJ. WJ was for, what was for WJ? Has I already pulled that? Have I already pulled a WJ? I don't see a WJ. Jeff Beck is at 35. Is that an offer for Jeff Beck? If so, I'll go ahead and sell it to you. 35 for Jeff Beck, and that is sold to Brent Rivalry. Let me set that over here. There's Clapton. There's Jeff Beck. Go ahead and sell that to Brent for 35. Debbie's at 35 on Pablo Cruz, and Corey Gaston wants Roy Eldridge for $6.99. Did you get this, or that was sold to Holly for $60? We have Terry Melcher, Royal Flush, $6.99. Also, Swing Set, Life Speeds Up. That's in shrink wrap, $6.99. Steppenwolf at Your Birthday Party. No condition notes on that, $6.99. Jefferson Starship Spitfire, EX, $6.99. Jefferson Starship. The Birds, the Bees, and the Monkeys. VG condition, $6.99. The Birds, the Bees, and the Monkeys. VG, $6.99. Also, The Clown Died in Marvin Gardens, the Beacon Street Union. VG Plus, $6.99. More music from the Man from Uncle. VG condition, Man from Uncle. More music. VG condition, $6.99. The Jupiter Menace, original motion picture soundtrack by Synergy, Larry Fast, $6.99. Also, Sam, Hard and Heavy, that is $6.99. John Lewis, A Milanese Story, original soundtrack, $6.99. And Jay Giles, you're getting even while I'm getting odd. That is EX condition $6.99. We have Cynthia Herdron on JS. JS was Jefferson Starship, $6.99. Henry's Choice on Steppenwolf, $6.99. Brent Ribley on Man from Uncle, $6.99. Nick Bargeron on Sam, $6.99. Stephen A. Young, you were second on Man. And then Jason Short wants Jay Giles. That's $6.99. Cynthia was second. Brewer and Shipley, Tarkio. This has the hit song One Toke Over the Line. That's in VG Plus condition, $6.99. And Jay Giles Band, Bloodshot. It is in VG condition, but it is on red vinyl. There's another Jay Giles, $6.99. Let's sell Debbie Pablo Cruz for $35. If anybody wants to do a BIN, a buy it now on Clapton, $35 on Clapton, $35 buy it now. We have John Dorsey on BNS, Brewer and Shipley, $6.99. And first of this Jay Giles was Cynthia Herdron. Nick Bargeron was second. Tain't no big thing, but he is. Jimmy Reed, VG condition, $6.99. Bobby Moyes, you were second on Brewer and Shipley. And The Secret Value of Daydreaming, Julian Lennon. Julian Lennon, no condition note, $6.99. Henry's Choice is going to do a buy it now on the Clapton for $35. That's sold to Henry's Choice for $35. I'm going to put that right there on top of Pablo and Beatles. And then Cynthia needs to put back Jefferson Starship Spitfire. She already has it. Brent Ribley wants Jimmy Reed, and Cynthia Herdron gets Julian Lennon. These are all $6.99. Continuing, we have Blood Rock Passage, $6.99, and Randy Newman, that is $6.99. Everything in this bin is $6.99. I'm going to go through it one more time. First, let me pull a couple of things out of front here. JS, what was JS? That is JS. I think whatever that is, maybe so it's not Randy Newman or Blood Rock or John Lewis or Jupiter Menace. So, Blade, let me know what that was. Let me recap this very quickly. I think we got time for another one of those. I have 4 made up. We probably will at least go through one more, and I'll try to run a few more auctions. I didn't even get to any of my other auction stuff tonight. We've just been doing the stuff that Paul set aside for us and all this Japanese tonight. But I do have another Japanese Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's. I've got a few metal LPs in here that I'm going to run tomorrow. Tomorrow is metal night, by the way. But don't worry. Do not avoid the sale if you're not in the metal, because we're going to have other stuff just like tonight. And we have a Japanese pressing of Sgt. Pepper's. Let's take a look at this. This is UK Flag Series number 9. It's going to be a $55 start, just like Abbey Road, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. There's the Japanese insert that came with it. Here is the insert with the Sergeant stripes and the Sergeant mustache and the Sergeant button. Very nice Japanese vinyl, near mint minus and pristine. Super, super nice. Nice gatefold, nice cover, nice obi. $55 start. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Japanese pressing, UK Flag Series number 9. Next is the Knack. Get the Knack. A Japanese pressing. We'll have about 2 or 3 copies of this every night in the bins of US. This is a Japanese, $35 start. The vinyl is near mint minus. There's the Japanese insert for it, and there's the really cool cover. The cover kind of blends in with the obi. The Knack, get the Knack, $35 start on that. JS was the Jefferson Starship that was being put back. So Blade wants the Jefferson Starship that was being put back by Cynthia Herdron. That's what JS was. Okay, so we have Rick Nelson. These are all $6.99 very quickly. Rick Nelson, Adam and Benny Mays. We have Harry Belafonte, Laughter, Sweet and Profane, Pat Bertram, Bob Crane, Hal Holbrook, Bob Dylan, The Revolt of Emily Young, The Bee's Knees, Stephen Stills, Johnny Rivers, Maya soundtrack, The Guess Who, Patty Austin, Nagy, Hurry Sundown, Al Jarreau, The Sandpipers, Tim Hardin, The Blend, Marty Ballin, Tony Lee, The SOS Band, Leon and Mary Russell, Wallace Collection, Airwaves, Dark World, Heretics, Fringe Benefit, Zubin Mehta, Star Wars, Spyro Gyra, Santana, Buddy Miles, Rare Earth, Terry Melcher, Swing Set, The Monkees, Jupiter Menace, Beacon Street Union, Blood Rock Passage, John Lewis, and Randy Newman. Those are all $6.99. Any more Christmas? I guess we could go through our last Christmas bin. I guess we can go through that for sure, because I have one other bin of Christmas albums that we have not technically been through tonight, or been through, and everything left from Christmas. I've been through 3 bins, and there's about a half of it left, but yes, we can go ahead and go through that. I think there's one I hadn't been through. Yep, there's one other Christmas bin I've never, ever been through before. One other Christmas bin I've never, ever been through before. Let's go through it right now. Shall we? Webster Vance wants the SOS. Do one metal album tonight. I cannot do that. That would be breaking company policy. I would be breaking my own rules. I'm sorry. Just can't do it. Just can't do it. Okay, so what was I about to do though? SOS band for Webster Vance. That's somewhere in this crate I just set on the ground. Webster waited till it was on the ground, so I had to squat and look through it. SOS band. So to Webster. Thank you, Webster. New Christmas rivals, priced as marked. Do you hear what I hear? The Do Remember Children's Chorus, $4.99. We have an Old-Fashioned Christmas, $6.99. Ray Conniff, Sonny James, Connie Smith. Christmas Sing-Along with Mitch Miller, $4.99. Christmas to Elvis from the Jordanaires, $6.99. Christmas to Elvis from the Jordanaires, $6.99. Christmas Trimmings. What the heck just popped up on our screen? We have somebody we need to block. Quissacine Me Fire. Mon Consmenter Non-Policy. Don't know what all that says. Jackie Reynolds on Old Fashioned Christmas. That's so to Jackie Reynolds. We're going to block that person. And Jackie and Debbie wants the Elvis Jordanaires album. That's so to Jackie and Debbie. Johnny Mathis, Give Me Your Love for Christmas. Johnny Mathis is $6.99. Montevanti Christmas Magic. That is $4.99. Montevanti Christmas Magic. Silent Night, Lawrence Welk. $4.99. Silent Night, Lawrence Welk. For Christmas this year, The Letterman. $4.99. The Letterman for Christmas this year. $4.99. Christmas with the Don Les Harmonicats. That's $4.99. Lanza Sings Christmas Carols. Mario Lanza, $4.99. Cynthia Herdren wants the Montevanti Christmas Magic. That is so to Cynthia. We have John Denver's Rocky Mountain Christmas, VG condition, $6.99. Darren Davis has the Beatles for $55, going twice, going three times. And let's go ahead and make the Knack a buy it now. The Knack is a $35 buy it now, if anybody wants the Knack. $35 buy it now. Spike Jones, Christmas Spectacular, $9.99. The Glorious Sounds of Christmas with the Philadelphia Orchestra, Eugene Ormandy. That is $4.99. Kara Bauer gets JD. That's John Denver. New bid on the Beatles, $56. Holly Safe gets the Knack for a $35 buy it now. Holly Safe gets the Knack for a $35 buy it now. Fred's also in on the Beatles at $56. Cynthia, you were second on the Knack. And Brent Robley gets Spike Jones. We're in new Christmas albums that have not been shown. I have an Elvis Christmas album, VG condition, $4.99. Elvis Christmas album, VG condition, $4.99. Next auction is going to be Wham! Make It Big in shrink wrap with Obi and the Japanese hype sticker. This is Make It Big with Careless Whisper and Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. $45 start. The vinyl is near mint minus and pristine. It also includes the booklet with it. Wham! Make It Big. It's in shrink wrap with Obi and hype sticker. $45 start. The Beatles is now at 58, 60, and now 62. Elvis. Another VG for $4.99. And the Ventures. Who asked about the Ventures? Here's their Christmas album. VG condition, $4.99. The Ventures Christmas album. Also, Elvis Christmas album, VG plus $7.99. That's a little bit different one. Christmas Hymns and Carols, Mario Lanza, $4.99. Fred Warning and the Pennsylvanians, The Sound of Christmas, $4.99. That Christmas Feeling, $4.99. That Christmas Feeling. Christmas America, that has Bing Crosby, Glenn Campbell, Roy Clark, Nat King Cole, $4.99. Mahalia Jackson, Silent Night, $6.99 for Mahalia Jackson. And another Mario Lanza, that is $4.99 in shrink wrap. So Holly's at 62 on the Beatles. Darren, you're out and Fred out. Let me know if y'all want back in. Jeff McMaster gets the Christmas Ventures album. That's so to Jeff McMaster. Julian, you were second. Cynthia Herdren first on Mahalia Jackson. Brent, you were second. Darren's back in on the Beatles at 63. Christmas America, $4.99. Bing Crosby, Glenn Campbell, Peggy Lee, Tennessee Ernie Ford, Ella Fitzgerald, Dean Martin, Nat King Cole, $4.99. Favorite Christmas songs, favorite songs of Christmas, that's $4.99. Also, The Brightest Stars of Christmas, $6.99. That has Elvis, Julie Andrews, Perry Como, Charlie Pride, Henry Mancini, Ed Ames. Cynthia Herdren wants Christmas America, this one right here. That is sold to Cynthia Herdren. And Vicki Allison also commented Christmas America. I think it's the same album with different covers. So Cynthia's first. Cynthia, I'm going to give you that one. Vicki, you were second. Let me know if you're okay with that one, Christmas America. If so, that's so to Vicki Allison. Nick Bargeron, you were second. Cynthia Herdren first on Brightest, and Jackie was second. Also, we have Christmas with Big Tiny Little. Is that what that says? Christmas with Big Tiny Little, Honky Tonk Piano with Orchestra, $4.99. Vicki says she's okay with that second cover. So America and America, and so to Cynthia and Vicki, and Brightest goes to Cynthia. We have Country Christmas with the Willis Brothers, Johnny Bond, Red Savine, and Jimmy Skinner. That's a Sears promotional record, $4.99. Also, Country Christmas. This is Canaan Country Christmas, $4.99, and the Perry Como Christmas album, $4.99. So we have Darren is out on the Beatles. Fred's out on the Beatles. Holly has Sgt. Pepper's for $65. Final call. Final call to get a bid in on Wham when I sell the Beatles. And I'm going to make Wham a buy it now. Brent Rively gets BT. BT was Big Tiny Little. Is that what BT was, Brent? Big Tiny Little? I believe so. And Cynthia Herdren wants Perry Como. So Brent gets that one, I believe. Cynthia gets Perry Como. Christmas greetings from Montevanti. $4.99 for Montevanti. We have O Come All Ye Faithful by Robert Evans Choir with organs and chimes. That's $4.99. Brent did want Big Tiny. We have Hallmark presents Carols of Christmas. Hallmark. That is sealed. It's never been opened. Mormon Tabernacle Choir, Sarah Vaughan, and Samuel Ramey. That is sealed, $6.99. There's another Christmas America. That one's in shrink wrap with the Merry Christmas from Firestone hop sticker, $6.99. Christmas with the Everly Brothers, $9.99 on that. And we have Noel, the U.S. Air Force Airmen of Note, Washington, D.C., $4.99. Christmas Disco, that is $7.99. Christmas Disco and Elvis Sings Christmas Songs, Elvis Presley, VG Plus, $7.99. Jackie Reynolds on Carols, that is sold to Jackie Reynolds, the Hallmark record. Nick Bargeron gets Christmas America. Brent Rively on the Everly Brothers. Cynthia Herdren on Noel, the Air Force record. Jeff and Master second, and Jackie first on Disco. We have Beatles is sold to Holly Safe for $65. Wham is a $45 buy it now. Make it big. Wham, make it big. $45 buy it now. Kara Bauer gets Elvis. That's sold to Kara Bauer. Continuing, the Holly and the Ivy Christmas Carols with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, $4.99. Cynthia Herdren first on the Wham buy it now for $45. Kara Bauer, you were second. We have Happy Holidays, the Music of Christmas. That is $4.99. And the Vienna Choir Boys Christmas Festival, that's $4.99. So Cynthia first on Wham, Kara second, Holly Safe third, Chris Bijak on the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, that was that one. Tanner, that was $4.99. And the Sound of Christmas Volume 2, that's $4.99. And before I continue, let's pull Vienna for Jackie Reynolds. That's sold to Jackie Reynolds. I think I've got time to run. Why is our TV off? That's weird. We have, okay, I was going to, here's one. It's not metal. Well, they're kind of the origins of it, they say. And then I've got another Eric Clapton. So I was going to save this one for last night. This is our last two Japanese auctions. And then I may do a bundle on these two Beatles. I probably will. And then I'll show you what I'm kind of saving from this Japanese shipment that will be available for tomorrow. So I'm going to sell this Led Zeppelin. I'll probably, after these two sell, one of our last deals, I'll bundle these two together and auction them. The blue and the red, they're matching Apple pressings. And here's some stuff for tomorrow. Japanese Poison, No Obi, Japanese Striper, Japanese Kiss, and Japanese Rat. That's some stuff that's going to be tomorrow for Metal Night. So those are going to be saved for tomorrow. But first, let me show Led Zeppelin, Song Remains the Same. This is going to be a $65 start. $65 start on Led Zeppelin. It is a Japanese pressing of the Song Remains the Same. It does have the Obi. It does have both LPs and the booklet. Song Remains the Same. It is very nice Japanese vinyl. There's one LP. There's the other LP. There's the Japanese book, and that's Led Zeppelin, $65 start. The song remains the same. Also, a very nice Derek and the Dominoes in concert. Eric Clapton, Derek and the Dominoes in concert, also up for bid. $45 start on Derek and the Dominoes in concert. 2 LPs. There is a little bit of foxing on the labels, but the vinyl is very clean, very nice. $45 start. There's 1 LP. There's another LP. There's the Japanese insert. Got a really nice gatefold of Eric Clapton there. That's Derek and the Dominoes with Obi. $45 start on that. Continuing with this Christmas crate, we have Henry Mancini, Select Great Songs of Christmas by the great artist of our time, $4.99. Julie Andrews, The Carpenters, Bing Crosby, Perry Como, Ella Fitzgerald, and others. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Christmas is Here for Children, $4.99. The Osmonds Christmas album, $19.99. The Osmond Christmas album, $19.99. Christmas of Johnny Mathis and the Raycon of Singers, $4.99. The 12 Days of Christmas, $4.99. Also, 2 left. Have Yourself a Country Christmas, that's $9.99. And a Christmas Festival arranged by Jimmy Owens, $4.99. Jackie Reynolds wants the Henry Mancini. That's sold to Henry. Led Zeppelin, 65, 65, 70. No bid on Derek and the Dominoes. We're looking for a $45 start. Let me go ahead and bundle these 2 Led Zeppelins together so we can be selling off the last 3 auctions of the night. We have the Beatles, 62. Let's do it in the right order first. 62 to 66. These are going to be sold together. These are going to be sold together. If you've never had a set of these, this would be a very, very good start. First, 62 to 66. This has both original inner sleeves. It has the discography book, and it has the lyric book. Only thing it's missing is the poster. But it has the discography book, the lyric book, and both inner sleeves. The vinyl is near mint minus. So there's 62 to 66. That's the Apple version. And now here's the companion, 67 to 70. 67 to 70. I have sold a lot of these. Everybody always greatly enjoys them. There's both LPs. There's the inner sleeve. There's the other inner sleeve. There's the discography book. And there's the lyric book. So this one's also complete except for the poster. Both of them came with posters. There is foxing, which is this discoloration you see. There is foxing on both of the gatefolds. Now, normally if I would put these up, they would probably be $45 or $55 starts individually. So that would be somewhere between $95 and $110 start. I'll put both of them up for an $85 start. So you're buying the set, both of them, $85 start on the Beatles. So we got Led Zeppelin, Eric Clapton and Derek and the Dominoes, and the Beatles, both of those together, $85 start. Is this crate worth recapping? I think for sure I need to mention that there is 3 Elvis Christmas albums left. We have this one, the Camden Mono, VG Plus $7.99, and then we have 2 of his earlier ones. These are stereo reissues. Those are VG $4.99. So VG $4.99, and this one's VG Plus $7.99. So if anybody wanted to see anything in there again, let me know. If not, I'm going to go ahead and set it over here on the table. And we got 3 really good auctions going to close the night. How about for the last crate, we recap all the new pre-owned and vintage stuff for tonight? I think that would be a great way to end the show because there's some great titles left. And if you want to make an offer, if something was $25 and you want to offer $20, there's a good chance I'll sell it to you. So let's do some of that. And there's great titles. Somebody already made an offer on something earlier, and I told him if he was still watching about this time tonight, I would go through it again. So instead of going through another $7 crate, how about we just go ahead and show the last crate. It's going to be the new stuff from tonight, and we'll do it. Buy it now, best offer. Now, if you miss something and you want to go ahead and buy it, you can just go ahead and buy it, or you can make an offer on it. And Corey wants one of the $4.99 Elvises. That's okay, but I just have to walk back across the room. Let me go ahead and get one of those $4.99 Elvises. I'll get you the one which looks like the nicer cover. Santa Claus is back in town. White Christmas. Blue Christmas. It's not really it's not a first press, but it's not really a new one either. It's an older, it's probably from the early 60s. Probably from the early or mid 60s there. Corey said, whoops, sorry, no problem. Okay, I'm out of breath, sorry. Let me update everybody what happened. I put up a Led Zeppelin, a Derek and the Dominoes, and the Beatles. Led Zeppelin was at 65, 65, 70, 72. Then I put up Derek and the Dominoes, and Brent bid 45. Then we had a $75 bid on Led Zeppelin, then a $78 bid on Led Zeppelin, and then Henry's out. Then I put up the Beatles set. Then we had 85, 85, 93, 86, 95, 96, 100, and 101. So Derek and the Dominoes is definitely a final call. Only one bid, $45. And then the other bidder on Led Zeppelin's out. So that's a final call to Holly for 78. Debbie's the high bidder on the Beatles at 101. Holly, you're out. And Fred and Darren, you're also out. So here's a recap of all the new stuff from tonight, all the vintage and pre-owned records. Buy it now, best offer. Blackberry Smoke, Find a Light, $59.99. That's on the metallic sea glass colored vinyl. So it looks like Coke bottle. To me, Coke bottle clear. They call it metallic sea glass. That is $59.99 for Blackberry Smoke. And these are buy it now, best offer. And as usual, don't hesitate to make an offer. This is Mr. Bungle, The Night They Came Home, $24.99. That's on white vinyl, Mr. Bungle. My Morning Jacket, that is on deluxe blue and orange. It's a deluxe edition on blue and orange vinyl, $34.99 on that. One more before I go get the other Elvis for Kara, and that's Bon Iver, $22.99. Now, I know I'm not saying that correctly. That's Bon Iver, self-titled, $22.99. And The Prodigy, Music for the Jilted Generation, $29.99 for Prodigy. $29.99 for Prodigy. I'm going to walk over here and get another $4.99 Elvis, and I'm sure somebody's going to want the $7.99 one as soon as I get back, but that's okay. I don't mind taking 10 steps to sell an Elvis Christmas album. Also, John was off today. He's going to be absolutely blown away when I tell him we have sold every Elvis Christmas album. We've sold about 100 Elvis Christmas albums, vintage copies. And the reason we end up with so many, as y'all well know, Elvis sold millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of albums. And the ones that's come through my hands, I've had thousands, tens of thousands, including 45s of Elvis Presley records. And we usually sell every one of them. Even in the worst conditions, we can sell them for $1 on our sidewalk sale. People buy the heck out of them. So even though he's the most common artist of all time, he's also the biggest seller of all time. So we got a bunch of them. All right. There's no telling how many Elvis Presley records I've sold. If they count all the times, of course, he's the biggest selling artist of all time. That's from new shipments. That's counting all the new stuff. And they didn't even track it back in the 50s, as y'all know. That's really just during what they know as certified shipments back in the 60s. And then definitely during the scan era of the 80s and 90s. But imagine if you could track all the pre-sold or pre-owned Elvis. Like how many pre-owned copies of albums we sell that there's no record of. It's a bunch. That's so to Kara. Okay, so first thing is we had a $25 offer on My Morning Jacket. Brent, I will split that with you and sell it for $30. So you was at 25, I was at 35, I'll take 30. Sam Squatch offered 20 for Mr. Bungle. I was at 25. Let's go ahead and sell that to Sam Squatch for 20. The Beatles is at 111. Fred Carnell wants to know how much was Blackberry Smoke. Blackberry Smoke was $59.99. Chris Kirkley offered 19 for Bond. Sell that to Chris for $19. Mr. Bungle is not sealed. Sorry, we've actually already sold it. Beatles 115, Beatles 116. Blackberry Smoke, Nick asked the best price. I'll wait for Fred to make an offer. Let's go ahead and sell Led Zeppelin and Derek and the Dominoes. So Led Zeppelin was sold to Holly Safe for 78, and Brent Robley got Derek and the Dominoes for 45. I'm going to make a really good bundle price on these other two unsold Japanese. One of them was the Cars for 45, and the other was Clapton for 35. Here's what I'm going to do. $50 for both of them. 25 and 25, you got to buy both of them together. Clapton and the Cars, that's the only two Japanese left over for tonight. $50 for both of them if you're doing the bundle. That is $50. That's for Clapton and the Cars. $50 on both of those. The Beatle bundle is now at $125 of Holly Safe. Fred passes on Blackberry Smoke. Nick, I will take $50 for it. $10 off, and that's a new arrival for tonight. That's a late night deal for an even 50 if you want it. Continuing. Pearl Jam Riot Act. I can't believe no one got this originally. It's $24.99. Pearl Jam Riot Act. That's 2 LP. Those are new $44.99. Yes is still available. Close to the Edge. $26.99 for Yes, Close to the Edge. The 2012 reissue. Yes is $26.99. And Led Zeppelin, a nice used copy of that is still available. $24.99. Led Zeppelin 4, 180 gram black vinyl. $24.99. Bobby says he'll take the Clapton and the Cars for $50. Tanner, 25 and 25 on those. Joshua says he'll take Pearl Jam at sticker. Thank you. Great deal on that. And U2 Gloria. That's the 2021 Record Store Day edition on gold or yellow vinyl. U2 Gloria, $21.99. Debbie's at $126 on the Beatles. Holly's at $150. Holly's at $150. We're still bidding on the Beatles set. Continuing. Traffic, Dear Mr. Fantasy, 2021 reissue remaster, $22.99 on Traffic. Bob Marley Exodus, $24.99 on Bob Marley Exodus. And Genesis, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. That's a deluxe remaster. Also surprised no one picked that up. A lot of stuff in here in the I can't believe this didn't sell crate, especially after we open it up for Buy It Now Best Offer. Vital Information, Global Beat, VG Plus $12.99. There's the Beatles' Red album, a little bit lesser grade and quality with the American pressing compared to the Japanese that's up for bid, but it is there and it's EX condition $36.99. If you missed out on the Beatles bundle, here's a nice US pressing, EX condition $36.99. Also, Billy Cobham, Power Play. Billy Cobham's EX condition $17.99, and the Rolling Stones, Tattoo You. The Rolling Stones is in EX condition $31.99, and Rush Moving Pictures is still available. EX condition $26.99 on Rush Moving Pictures. That is 180 gram. Let's go ahead and do a final call since Debbie's out on the Beatles bundle. Holly Safe has that for 150. Final call. Jeff said Genesis Lamb 22. I will do $30 on that, Jeff McMaster. I have it marked for $34.99. Journey Infinity, $29.99. That's an OG. Boz Scaggs Greatest Hits, nice copy, $19.99. Rick Siegel, I Love You Because You're Fat. Must be a comedy record, $14.99. Journey Frontiers, another OG, $29.99. And Buku, Born and Raised on Rock and Roll, $21.99. We have Yes Union, a music on vinyl pressing from 2016, $29.99. And Steve Perry, Traces, Steve Perry's solo album, a website exclusive on blue marbled vinyl, $49.99. Living Eyes by the Bee Gees, that's $14.99. And Barry Manilow, $9.99. Best price for both journeys. I will do 25 and 25 on Journey. That's $10 off, $5 each one if you're buying the pair. Those are extremely nice copies, by the way. The Beatles are sold to Holly Safe for $150. That was for both of them. Next is Genesis, best price on Journey. We have a $20 and a $20 offer on Yes, 20 and 20. I will do 25 on that. Jason Short, you were first. Stephen A. Young, you were second. So my price is 25. Jason, you've got dibs. If you pass, it goes Stephen Young. Davey Winstead wants the Bee Gees. Jeff Rice says he'll take the Journeys for 25 and 25. That was these nice copies of Journey, 25 and 25. Journey and Journey, 25 and 25. Next is Huey Lewis and the News, Small World. That's in shrink wrap of Hype sticker, $22.99. And Perfect Plan, Brace for Impact, limited 2,000, $34.99. I wonder if Grant Peltzer's still watching. Jason Short passes, so Stephen Young, let me know if you want Yes for, I'll tell you, Yes new for Music on Vinyl. I can get new copies of these. They're $39.99. The new music, I can get them right now. They're $39.99. That's the MSRP on them. So $25 for that if you want it, Stephen A. Young. Or, Jason, if you want a new copy, let me know and I can get you a new copy. ZZ Top, Rio Grande Mud, $24.99 for ZZ Top. The Mars Volta, Francis the Mute, that's Glow in the Dark Remaster, $49.99. Steven says he will take Yes for $25. That's sold to Steven for $25. And Lush, Spooky, $30. I'm going to show all the Lush albums together because there's 3 in here. I don't think we sold any of them. There's one and there's the other. So we had 3 different albums by Lush. We had Lush Split, their 1994 album. Lush, $49.99. Lush Love Life, that's $49.99. And Lush Spooky, that's $34.99. Those are all available. Garrett said he'd get $40 for Francis the Mute. Sell that to Garrett for $40. We have Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Only thing you need to know is it has Sweet Judy Blue Eyes on it, $24.99. And also Marrakesh Express and Guinevere and You Don't Have to Cry and Pre-Road Downs and Wooden Ships and Lady of the Island, Helplessly Home. There's not a bad song on there. That's just an incredible piece of work, $24.99. Abbey Road is $27.99. That's a remaster. Kara Bauer says she'll take CSN. Thank you. ZZ Top's first album, $24.99. Led Zeppelin, House of the Holy, that's $24.99. Tedeschi Trucks Band, Layla, $74.99 for Layla. Soundgarden is $24.99. Screamin' Life, Rubber Soul is $27.99. And Led Zeppelin Presents, $24.99. Jason said he'd give $20 for Abbey Road. I'll go ahead and sell that to you. Sell that to Jason Short for $20, Abbey Road. Always glad to send a Beatles album to a new home. $20 on that. So tomorrow night, like I said, on the auction block is going to be featured a lot of Led Zeppelin, or excuse me, a lot of metal. Here's some stuff already that I saved for tonight. Rat, Reach for the Sky, a nice copy of Kiss Alive from Japan. Striper, the yellow and black attack. There's a Poison with no Obi. And there is some nice stuff going to be auctioned. We have a stockpile of metal in the bins. We're going to have pre-owned vintage. John's going to be pricing stuff. Paul's going to be getting auctions ready. I'm going to get stuff ready tonight as well. There's going to be, we also have all kinds of other collectibles in the bag. We still got Kiss stuff. We still got original concert posters, including Bill Graham Fillmore stuff. I think y'all have already bought a lot of it. Full-size posters, postcards. We've got original Bill Graham concert posters. We got more Kiss stuff. We have more autographs we hadn't shown, especially since we got back, of the Letters of Authenticity. If you missed it earlier tonight, I showed the Letters of Authenticity. What have I done with them? Did you move them, Tanner? They were right in here. Okay. Yes, thank you. I was getting worried. I can't lose those Letters of Authenticity. But we got all the Letters of Authenticity back for the big autographs. So I don't know how soon. Those require from me some serious promotion because there's some very expensive autographs in there. There's like some that are like 3 and 4 air horn type worthy autographs. We'll get started on those as soon as late this week or next week, and that's where we'll go from there. But yeah, lots of other collectibles, toys. You know, we got stuff like Beatles lava lamps. We got Grateful Dead collectibles, Monopoly games from the Beatles and Kiss and Grateful Dead, all kinds of stuff like that. Okay, so Blade Singletary said he'd give 20 for the Zeppelin. Sell that to Blade for 20. Brent said he'd give 55 on the Tedeschi trucks. Let's go ahead and let it roll. Sell that to Brent Rively for 55. John Dorsey, I just sold it. How much is the Rubber Soul? This is Rubber Soul. It's a new stereo remaster, $27.99. $27.99. Mammoth 2 new vinyl sale. I will sell you one. And Blade Singletary wants House of the Holy. Sell that to Blade for, he wants it for sticker. Okay. Saw Stones. Yes, I posted some pictures of some stuff and I hadn't got back. I messed up. I usually don't do that. I went through the back and took pictures of all this stuff and then I posted it. And of course, lots of people wanted prices. And guess what? Most of the stuff I didn't have priced. I couldn't even find it after people were asking how much it was. I didn't know where it was after I posted it. So I apologize for that. But if you have commented on the post, if you have messaged me or messaged the store page, I'll get back and then I'll try to figure out who's first. But there's like 5 people wanting that Rolling Stones poster. One of them is $250. One of them is $250. I hadn't figured out. Also, I don't think y'all realize how big this Hank Williams Jr. item is. I can't even show it on camera. Let me give you a perspective. Of course, y'all see how big 6 crates are here on the table. Look at the size of this Hank Williams Jr. poster. It is gigantic. And this was originally Fred. This is from Fred Goodwin's collection. It's been in the back for like 2 years. As you see, it's got an easel on the back. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Let me flip it over. He said this came out of a store in Nashville in the early 60s. See how it has an easel on the back? And I don't think it was ever used. It's $499.99 or $500. But I know I've got a couple serious Hank Williams Jr. and Hank Williams Sr. collectors. That's a really cool item. It's a gigantic Hank Williams Jr. It says exclusively on MGM Records. And me and Paul have looked. We've went through all of our databases. We've looked on WorthPoint. I looked on WorthPoint. Me and Paul both got on Terapeak, which is this thing we have on eBay. I went through Google, and I cannot find another one. So it is gigantic. That's from Fred Goodwin's collection. I've had it for a couple years, but it's $500 if anybody wants it. What was, though? That was the Led Zeppelin I wanted for $20. Oh, okay. So wait a second. Blade Singletary wanted House of the Holy for $20. It was a new near mint remaster. Fred, you offered $20 for LZ. What was LZ for? So there's Blade Singletary wants House of the Holy for $20 and not Presence. So there's a Presence in there with Blade Singletary. He did not want that one. Fred Carnell, which Led Zeppelin did you want? And whoever asked about Mammoth, Jason Short, I will discount these to $24.99. Right now, $24.99. Canary yellow vinyl. Canary yellow vinyl. So Presence is still available unless that's what Fred wanted for $24.99. Also, from $33.99 to $24.99 is Mammoth. And Jason said he wants one. Fred also wanted Houses. Okay, so Houses is sold. Blade Singletary is first. And we have Mammoth is $24.99. That is on yellow indie exclusive vinyl if anybody else wants one. And with that, we're going to end the sale. We have a ton of stuff to clean up. I actually brought food tonight. I have a couple of sandwiches in the fridge, so I'll look forward to that. I'm very hungry. I've already ate one oatmeal cream pie, and I think I'm going to eat a Little Debbie Christmas tree. Sam Squatch said he'll take Presents for $20, and Debbie wants a Mammoth. So that's Presents for $20. There was some great bins tonight. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Guess what? We're going to do it again tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock. It's Thursday night. Then we'll do it Friday night, and then we'll do it Saturday night. I don't guess I'm going to Vegas this weekend to see U2. Flights got really expensive. I thought I could fly out there round trip for $300 when I looked at it about a month ago. Sunday, when I tried to buy tickets, round trip was going to be about $1,000. So I'm like, I'll pass. I'll go next month. So I've already bought everything for next month. So no Vegas this weekend for me to see U2. So I probably will be here Saturday. If not, I have an opportunity to go somewhere else, but I'll probably be here hosting the show. So this is Mammoth. This is also sold to Debbie for $24.99. But yeah, I was really excited. I thought I was going to see U2 Saturday night or Sunday night. Sunday night. I thought I was going to get to see them Sunday night. Saturday night. It was going to be Saturday night. Yeah, but no U2 for me. So next month, we've already got hotel, plane, and tickets bought. So I'll definitely be going next month. No backing out now. But I've learned if you're going to buy a plane ticket, you can't wait the week of. It went from like $300 round trip to $1,000 round trip for Southwest. I was like, Tanner, I'm going to pass. Go 1 month later and save $700. So Brent Robley said, My Morning Jacket 28. I thought you already bought that. You offered 35. I was at 35. You offered 25. I said 30. You said 28. That's Brent Robley. Yeah, money for chips. That'll be some extra money for a few. That extra $700 is money going straight back to the house for blackjack. So I hope not. Maybe it comes back to me. I'd like to play blackjack for like 2 hours and just not lose any money. That would be entertainment enough for me. Break even. Or at least my goal is like, I guess people go out there for concerts. They're probably like, I bet I can win enough money on the slots to pay for the concert. And then next thing you know, you're $10,000 down. Oh my gosh. We got 2 customers there tonight. I think Michael Potts is there tonight and Carol Puckett, 2 of our customers. They're at the U2 concert tonight at the Sphere. So we'll get some review from them. Also, John Leal, a regular customer, he photographed. He was there at the Sphere on the front row doing photography. So I know several people actually that's been. And I'm very disappointed I'm not there this weekend, but I can wait another month for about $1,000 in savings. Also, hotels, the Bellagio was like $1,800 Saturday night. I was like, oh my gosh. And it's like $200 next month. It don't make any sense how much it's like something happened in Vegas this weekend for prices to like 7 times. All the stuff went up 7x in like a week. I don't know what's going on. So I have no idea what's going on in Vegas, but everything's 7 times this weekend. So all of a sudden, some of it 10 times in price, like hotels. Anybody else? I'm signing off for the night. I'll be back at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We'll have great stuff tomorrow as always. I got a bunch of stuff to order. We have a ton of waiting list. I got to order more Funkos all of a sudden. Good night. See y'all tomorrow.